So
Then-
we can
then
have
I'm done.
our normal equipment plus a magical item, if I'm correct.
Yes. And nobody has any money, and that is how we are starting.
Okay, so
Okay,
my
then
15 start gold is not there.
So yeah, let me just take my +1 glaive of, well, it will fuck everything up.
Okay. So this is Witcher time. Hooray. So,
Way.
since everybody is pretty much ready, we're just gonna jump in with the beginning of the story.
I'll just turn my camera.
As everyone is aware,
I want a
the
brand
cult-
cola.
What?
I got a Coca-Cola t-shirt.
Oh! I thought you
I've
were
got a
saying.
brand cola now.
I thought you were saying something about Coca-Cola in universe, and that would be.
Sadly no, but I kind of want a soda now.
Okay.
So I'll go grab a soda.
So, in universe. Oh, he's going.
Yes, he is thirsty.
And he took his headphones off, so he can't hear us.
Yes.
So I can't start. What a dickbag. What a dickbag. I was literally saying that I was going to start, and then he left.
He was thirsty.
I am aware. I see him. He is coming back.
We
You
were
are a
out of
dick-
soda.
You are a dickbag.
I know.
Because I was literally going to describe the beginning, and then you were like,
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Bye.
Back. Sorry.
Okay. So, as anyone who lives around where you guys live is aware, Nilfgaard, the human empire, is attempting to take over the continent. Because I looked it up, and apparently the continent doesn't have a name. It's just called the continent. So, there
Yeah.
you go. Anyway, so, yeah, Nilfgaard is attempting to take over pretty much the entirety of the universe. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take over everything, all the land. So,
You mean just normal human things? I see.
yes, pretty much. So to make this easier on myself and not to have to look up 10,000 little bits of lore in order to come up with stuff, you guys live in a nameless, as of right now, nameless colony of individuals who are fed up with the way human-run colonies are run. There are some humans who live here, but again, they're fed up with the way human-run colonies are run. So, you guys are on a settlement, and to make it a little easier for your characters, you are living in an ancient ruin that runs next to a river.
Yay.
And well, the ancient ruins are old Varan ruins.
Yay, I guess.
Although one of you is a Varan,
Mm.
you didn't live here your whole life or anything. You just came here because you were fed up with the way human-run colonies were run, blah 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 blah. But it does so happen to tie into your historical lineage, like your ancestral lineage and everything.
Yeah, people's
So,
history.
yeah. So, you guys have been living here for at least a year. You can determine whether you've been here longer or not. Though the nymph probably lived here most of her life.
Yeah.
Due to being linked to the river, which is nearby. Um, so to get the story started, yesterday, a group of individuals, um, many humans, but also a mix of dwarves and elves and other various creatures, if you will, all of which are attempting to flee the Nilfgaard advance. They are expanding their territory, as they call it. They're expanding it further, and it is encroaching very dangerously close to your settlement. Um, however, as you had become aware yesterday, the humans and the other folk are very ingrained in how those human-run societies are established and whatnot. So the most of the non-humans that have survived and come this way are subservient to the humans. So, like, one of them is just like a servant that the human lady who is his mistress just doesn't feel bad about slapping about. Those sorts of things. Um, yeah, so uh, they're not being treated well, and they have been given an opportunity since they've been learning about the way your settlement is run to change their station in life. However, um, the humans that brought them with them are not very willing to part with them. So for now, it's only been a day. You haven't like killed all the humans yet.
Damn it.
So,
Damn it! I thought we were mass murderers already.
Yeah.
so you haven't killed them yet, but I will give you the opportunity if you so choose. But, because they're not nice people. Like the humans that are part of your settlement are like worth 20 of any one of those humans, even the least of your settlement. So, um,
So you're saying they're on thin ice?
yeah, basically they are only here because you are trying to be better than them for the moment, at least. Um, and are showing them hospitality, which they would not have shown you had you shown up on their doorstep. So, yeah, Nilfgaard is marching their army in this direction. You're not sure when they will arrive. And due to being a small community, you're not willing to risk any of your number to find out when they are going to arrive. So, basically, you're not willing to send a scout out or anything, because then you'll lose a person, and you don't want to do that. So, to give you a little bit more context as to how this settlement works, you do have forms of leadership like elders, basically, but they're not like the ruling lords and ladies that you are familiar with. They are just people who are helping run the community and give advice and whatnot. So, uh, yeah, you're based around this large stone ruin that was once built by the Veron. Um, and otherwise, other than the ruined building itself, which does house some of the community, you have like tents and huts and some basic like long houses, those sorts of things. Not really like permanent structures, but you have those things. You have shelter that can be easily moved if need be. So your community is not necessarily dead set on staying here, but they would like to stay here if they can. And hearing the rumors of Nilfgaard if they head in your guys' direction and try to take this area, it would be better to flee. But not necessarily the opinion of your characters. Because your characters may decide to fight them and keep the land. But yeah, anybody who is not a fighter or strong like any of you, yeah, running is their best option from this gargantuan army. Just legions and legions are set to go take small villages. It's it's massacrous and it's obscene. So your chances against them are not high, but they're not insurmountable if you so choose to try to engage them. Um, so, um, the leader of your community has called both of you to a meeting of the community, which everybody is invited to. Members of the community, not the other people, the refugees who just showed up yesterday. So, you guys can go to the large stone spire, which is part of the Varan ancient history. Or you can choose to discuss things, because you guys know each other from the past, because you've been living in this community. So you guys can interact. You
I
guys
almost
can.
killed him.
You can, if you so choose, you can try to scout. I'll give you a couple options before you enter the building, but the building will give you some options as well. You can choose to go scout out for this army that is headed your way. If you choose to do so, you may bring upon you more than you can handle. Just saying. You can choose to go to the meeting, or you can choose another path that I haven't thought of. So, what would you like to do?
Let's pick not chaos.
Damn it.
So, do you guys want to go to the meeting or something else? Since you chose not chaos, I assume you're not going to try to see where the army is.
Oh, we're not gonna look for them yet.
Yet. That's fair. Depending
No, we'll
on
go
what
to
the
the thing.
meeting is about, you may wish to. But
Yeah. Meeting seems like the most solid plan currently. What do you think of my nymphen friend?
Well, it seems like the better idea, so I don't mind that.
It's the one that gives us the least kind of unwanted breathing holes.
Yeah, but I kind of want that at times.
yeah, this is just her personality, apparently.
Yeah.
The fact that they are
But
unwanted?
fine, ruin the fun.
The fact that they're
to
unwanted?
your
or fun?
character, it's slightly off-putting, but you put up with it because she is useful to you
Oh, yeah.
in more ways than one.
Oh my. Matt, what are you implying?
That
Oh, they kind of done that if
she
that's what you're
has
suggesting.
she has a particular set of skills and is willing to use them. That
What?
is what I'm implying. Um,
She's very flexible.
yeah, and she's willing to go multiple ways with that flexibility.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And she's very sneaky, and she's very sneaky too.
Let me just say that I'm purposefully putting in those double entendres there, so it's fine.
I know.
It's fine.
I know.
Knights are natural freaking chaos, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So, you head towards this large stone ancient building.
Mhm.
The Varan must have built it well, otherwise it wouldn't have stood the test of time. You enter the building, and it's sort of just like a large open room. It does have some carvings in the wall, which, as a Varan, if you're interested in your kind's history, you may have examined already. So, yeah, it's just basically it looks like a large battle between different looking lizard type peoples. And it looks like they're just basically fighting over some sort of MacGuffin, if you will, like a treasure that of great power.
A MacGuffin.
Yeah, because in the middle of the mural is this large, diamond-shaped, glowing thing. The object, what the object is lost to time. So, you don't know what the object is, but it's common of your kind's history to have fought over treasures, whether they were useful or not. So, um, yeah,
I mean, if we have it, it's ours, and nobody else can have it, of course.
exactly,
The most logical thing to do.
exactly. So, um, yeah. Well, so you enter this hall. You see the humans and non-humans that make up your settlement have gathered. Um, and you can see that one of your leaders, your elders, is sitting in the middle of a circle where everybody has gathered. You can join the circle, not join the circle, depends on your character's personality. You can see that there are a few other members of the settlement who are dotting the edges of this room rather than actually joining the circle itself.
Yes, we were called, so I guess we should join the circle then.
I'll like lean on a chair. I'll not sit down.
Fair enough. In the middle of the circle, you see a satyr,
Hmm.
which these are creatures that are very often discriminated against because they look like, at least to the common folk, devils. So, yeah, this particular satyr probably has very good reason to join your community, um, considering they would hire monster hunters to hunt the regular humans would hire monster hunters to hunt satyrs because yes, they have the curled horns, they have the cloven hooves, they look like devils. So, at least to the common folk. But since you've gotten to know this guy, he looks more like that guy from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That satyr looking dude, the fawn. He's more like that guy than a devil, but people are always looking for monsters, considering monsters exist. So, yeah, it's a thing. So,
Looking for monsters where there are none.
well, half the time there are some, which is exactly the reason why they do look for monsters.
Hmm.
So, he is sitting cross-legged in the middle of the circle, on the floor. And as you guys approach, you see that he appears to be participating in a magical ritual of some sort. He appears to be speaking Elder Speech, which one of you, can understand. Um, he's not saying specific phrases, he's saying more like words of intention, which bring out the magic of the universe. He appears to be instilling, based on the words he's using, he appears to be attempting to hide the community as long as he can. He's using like words like hidden and secret, things of that nature. So he is attempting to hide the community, is what you gather. And everybody is gathered around him. The refugees are not in this building right now. They are in a longhouse which was specially prepared for them yesterday. So, as everybody is participating in the ritual, it appears like anybody who is sensitive to the movements of magic can definitely sense that this satyr is definitely trying to hide this location. Because you can feel the waves of energy passing over you. and it is doing something. Whether or not it will work the way that he hopes, you're not sure, but it is doing something. As he finishes speaking the last elder word for the incantation, you feel another wave of this energy flow over you, and he stands up in the middle of the circle. He says, "Friends," and he's speaking in common. "Friends, I have gathered you all here today as to give you a choice." As he looks at every individual momentarily as he moves on to the next. "We may choose to defend this community, or we may choose to move it. At least at the moment, we are temporarily hidden from our enemy's eyes, which will give you some time to choose. However, those who wish to stay can stay, and those who wish to come with the rest of us can come. The Nilfgaardian Empire poses a great threat to our small community. We will not, most definitely will not be able to defend against mass legions of enemies. However, if you wish to fight for your homeland and perhaps be captured, who knows? I will not blame you. Each of your lives is more valuable than I could speak of here today. However, I doubt that mere words can dissuade you from something you have chosen to do already. Thus, I am giving you a choice. We prepare to leave on the morrow. Any who wish to join in that effort, please remain within the confines of this building. Any who wish to stay and defend may go to their separate dwellings and prepare for the oncoming attack. Any questions?
None here.
He nods towards everybody. Times of war were anticipated by our community, which is why we built temporary structures, but seems as though some of you are more heavily affiliated with this land than others, which is why we give the choice. And thus, the choice is yours. As he begins to walk out of the middle of the circle, you can hear the groups, various cliques of people gather around each other in various portions of the room. And they begin discussing various things. You two have had an affiliation with each other, being probably having to go around hunting and whatnot to keep the community alive. Because
Or protect that or catch thieves
yes,
or whatnot.
the community is only about 100 people total, so it's not a huge community, or 100 individuals, I should say. So it's not a huge community, but I'll say that your character, since he was a bounty hunter, your character would make money and go trade with other human colonies, those sorts of things, and in the kingdoms. But you didn't really like staying there, which is why you always gravitated back here. So, yeah. Every once in a while, hunting a Striga or Kikimore made you a few bucks, but you didn't like staying around. Too much discrimination for your tastes. Considering most of your clients hurled racial epithets at you as they were paying you, so yeah, you didn't enjoy that much. So, yeah, deciding what to do for your community. If you want to continue with the community, you can choose to aid in the efforts of leaving, or if you want to try to defend this area, you can. However, you have a feeling that it is going to split the community pretty much down the middle. So 50 going one way, 50 going another. So, if you wish to join one of the halves, you can choose to do so. If you wish to try to convince one of the halves to join the other half, you can try to do that too, but infringing on people's free will is hard to do. So, you have a variety of choices set before you. What would you like to do?
Well, to whoever wants to listen, I have just one thing to tell. Sure, we can run away, but at some point they will come for you then again, and will you run away again, or will a few more drop off to defend their new home? And let the cycle continue and continue on. We can either die all here and make our stand, or we can have the inevitable cycle repeat and repeat and repeat.
Alright, if you wish to try to convince somebody, it's persuasion.
Yay, something I'm not that good at.
Exactly.
I'm just chilling here with a +11.
You
That's
actually,
actually pretty
you
good.
actually
Oh.
rolled pretty well.
No, that's pretty decent.
So, as a result, you hear some of the discussions get a little louder. And you can see a particularly burly dwarf approach you guys. He approaches you guys, but he doesn't
Mhm.
say anything initially. He was just listening to your words and seeing if anybody was persuaded by them. A few people were. You can tell that just by the conversations that you're overhearing. Like, he's got a point. Yeah, I'm tired of running. That's why I ran here.
It's rather ironic.
I mean, if sure we can keep running, but that won't get us, well, a home, so to say.
The dwarf.
It just gives us gives us empty huts on our road to our home, quote unquote.
The dwarf nods and climbs up on a chair and goes, "This lizard boy is correct. If we keep on running, we will never find our home. Those who wish to join in the defense, I am gathering any able-bodied person near the edge of town." And he gets down off the chair because he's a dwarf, so he needed to stand on a chair to get above certain people.
Yeah.
So he gets off the chair and starts walking out of the room. You can see on his back he has a battle axe. So it seems like he's not ready to go down without a fight.
Mm-mm.
And there's a few others that join him, a few elves, a few other non-humans that you are familiar with, but are just part of a nondescript group. Therefore, I'm not going to say what each race they are. So,
Yeah. Well, should we follow along, my nymph and friend? I
I
think
have
it's
a name, you know.
well, well, I don't know that one, so that's why
to be
I
fair,
just
he
said it.
doesn't know that yet. In
No, that's fair.
character, he would, so you can say out of character what your
Yeah,
guys' names are.
Calypse.
I didn't think of mine, so yay.
Calypse.
Nu sån var,
Yeah,
nu
Calypse. Just
sån var
Calypse.
Yeah,
Seems
nu
better
sån var
with.
Yeah. Oh, Calypse, should we follow along or should we? Well, I got the switch machines I just heard.
This early? Huh?
Yay. Yes. I'll be back in a few.
As soon as you can, Hope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alright. We can
Yeah,
still
I'll
see
go
you,
with.
Geo.
Hello, Geo.
Oh, no, he's frozen.
He's-
That means he's gone.
yeah.
Okay. So, if you want, I can get you to do some lore exploring, if you want.
Sure.
So you can walk around town and find some things, do some things if you want.
I'll take a walk around down and get like I'll do lore search.
Sure. So, yeah, it's a very rustic kind of village. A lot of the buildings and huts and whatnot seem to be inspired by elven architecture. Very, because the elves were, even in the before times, before the humans put them in a very awkward position,
Yeah.
they were good at making temporary shelters for like hunting lodgings and whatnot. So, seems as though some of the first people who came around, and you may have been familiar with them, were elves that started building a off-human reserve community.
Mm.
So, they're pretty basic, but some people have been living in these temporary, basic, quote-unquote, shelters for years. So,
Mhm.
a lot of people have been spending a lot of time here and are quite attached to their dwellings. So, that's why you can see that quite a few of them have decided to defend their home.
Yeah.
So there's some elves, humans, dwarves, and a few other very strange-looking individuals that are simply classified as non-humans for the sake of
Mm.
this.
Give me all the races.
So, what would you like to do? There's also the refugee area, if you want to try to investigate that. It seems as though the people who wish to leave are going to be going with the refugees because the refugees don't want to stay here. For perhaps obvious reasons.
Hmm.
So, what would you like to do?
I'd like to those ruins over there with some people there. I'm trying to remember everything you said.
Yeah, there's temporary dwellings everywhere. There's dwarves, there's humans, there's elves, there's other non-humans, there's the refugees. You can also do things like explore the ruins of the area, which you
Like the
probably have
refugees, most of them seem like they're leaving, or do they seem like they're staying? The refugees.
Since Geo's character spoke up, it seems to have struck a chord with quite a few people. It's mostly the people who wouldn't be nearly as helpful in a fight anyway, who are going to be leaving. Like elderly, people who are like decrepit or missing limbs, like crippled, those sorts of things. Because they're not going to have much of a chance in a fight. And from the rumors of Nilfgaard, they aren't above using hostages and then luring everybody into a trap where they kill the hostages and you anyway. So they're not above those sorts of tactics. So, yeah. With those stories, there's a few people who are literally non-convincible. They're going to leave anyway.
I'll go check how many has gathered with the dwarf that spoke. Just check out one.
You got a good 25 capable people. People who would normally help with hunting or gathering of various supplies, those sorts of things. Like, you can see one particular burly elf that isn't the leader guy. Yeah, I said elf. Whoops. Yeah, he's not the dwarf, so he's not the leader. Anyway, a particularly burly elf, which compared to other elves, he's like super buff. He was like a wood gatherer, like a lumberjack guy.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like a warrior or anything, but you have a feeling that if he hits somebody in between the eyes with his axe, that guy's not gonna be moving around much longer. So
yeah, that seems accurate.
Yes, so yeah, there's a bunch of dudes there. Elves, dwarves, humans, and a couple other non-humans, such as satyrs and whatnot. There's a huge list of them, but there's only a couple. There's a huge
Okay.
list in reality of them, other non-humans,
But-
quote unquote.
Yeah.
But they're non-specific unless you wish to investigate them specifically.
Nah, she wouldn't care of that. Gio's back.
Oh, you're
I'm
back.
back.
Wonderful.
Yes,
He's just
fast
looking
and
around.
expected.
He's just looking around the encampment.
Mhm.
He has discovered that there are 25 individuals who are willing to not only guard but mount a defense against the coming barrage. And he has also discovered that the people who were leaving were probably not going to be able to help you in the fight anyway.
That's fair.
Since you made a decent defense of staying, yeah, most of the people who are leaving are like decrepit, old, lame, crippled. So yeah, they're not going to be of much use to you anyway. And they might not get far enough to escape them in the first place, but they're going to try anyway. Depends on how close they are. You guys don't know how close they are.
Do we know what direction they're coming from is the question.
They're coming from the south. Which,
So,
luckily for you guys, you are built, this ruin is built next to a mountain, which is to your south. So they only have, the Nilfgaardians only have one passage, because it's like a mountain range. Unless they want to go like an extra like month to try to get to where you are, there's only one passage that would lead anywhere close to where you guys are. So if you wanted to mount a defense, you have a decent spot to try, but like 50 dudes versus a couple legions of dudes is not going to be a winning battle.
Well, we're gonna pull a 300 then.
You can try, and you can put a huge dent in their forces potentially, but you probably won't kill an entire empire's worth of soldiers. Unfortunately.
Well, all I can think of at we put several barricades in the passage, but also traps between those barricades that we know of, so we can avoid them.
Are you suggesting this to the dwarf?
Yes.
He says, "Aye, this is what we will do. However, we do not have much time to create such defenses."
An obstacle is still an obstacle. Every little bit helps, of course.
We do have an idea. We did set up a large rock in that canyon, which is what composes the path. However, it may take us longer than what we have to move it. So, we had a plan to lure a beast towards the rock. You've heard the rumors, of course, of the wyvern nest nearby.
Indeed.
We intend to lure a wyvern into the canyon area to get it to push over the rock. However, this is extraordinarily dangerous.
So you tend to lure the wyvern then?
I immediately forgot your nymph's name. Because I'm brilliant. Calypso?
Mhm.
Calypse, would you
Yes.
would you have any kind of ability slash magic that could perhaps help us convince the Wyvern?
Like try talking to it, but most I'm the more the effective talker with humans.
Yeah, let's just say
I can
that.
of course speak to the wyvern, but
Let's
I'm
just
not
say
sure
that.
if wyverns in Witcher lore is very intelligent,
No, they're not.
so I don't think they can speak.
They're on the level. They're like winged lizards. They're nothing more than winged lizards. So yeah, they'll sooner bite you than ever try to comprehend a language.
hmm So the only way I would think, as it is a mindless beast, you lure some meat with a stone and get it there, or something like that. As they are pretty dumb, as you probably know.
Yeah, they're they're not very smart, but they wouldn't hesitate to kill us if we didn't give them something that they want more.
They want food like most animals, so
This is
Food,
true.
you say? Food, you say? What if the rock was blocking its way to the food and it needs to push the rock out of the way to get the food?
that can be possible. But then we have to lure a cow or similar to behind the rock and probably have it killed, which I don't really care about that much, even though it is nature. But
I thought you nature types didn't care as long as it was nature at work.
oh, it's just an animal looking for food. So I won't stop it.
He nods.
Indeed.
so so yeah, I have to get a something big as the wyvern, like a big piece of meat.
Yes, luckily the human settlements nearby have been distracting the wyverns so far. However, they have been taken over by the Empire. So
Mm.
the Empire has a lot more manpower than the previous human settlement.
I
So,
sure drowned more of them.
however, let's just say that the wyvern nest may not be a wyvern nest for much longer. So, if you all would like to help me, we're bringing this group to try to find something to hunt. Um, there are woods nearby, or perhaps we could use the rivers, but we need to catch something of sufficient size.
Which would be like a cow or a bear or similar.
Something that looks big enough for a big creature to eat.
Yeah, I've seen elk around the forest. Can probably look for some of those, some big elks.
Alright. So you want to do some hunting, or do you want us to accompany you?
We can do some hunting.
Like
I mean, the
we
two
can
of
do
us
some hunt.
can pretty much get a lot of food out of the water if we need to.
Well, not the best at tracking, but I have means of searching in nature.
Alright, then it's agreed. You do the hunting, we'll set up whatever we can in case you fail.
You're doubting me.
No, they're
Hey,
doubting us.
I'm just saying there's more out in those woods than elk.
You know, bear, bigger things.
Scarier
And with
things.
the coming armies, there may be some ghouls.
Oh, ghouls, lovely.
He nods.
Lovely.
Yeah, and their bites aren't very nice to us, so we'll leave that to you.
Mm.
Hunting parties are usually best for smaller groups anyway. So we will go to the ravine and set up are necessary traps and barricades just in case your plan fails. Also, they may be useful even if you succeed.
Indeed.
So,
Well, then we better get to it.
the dwarf nods, and he takes his capable fighting force and heads towards the passage, while you will head towards the forest. So it takes you
Indeed.
about 30 minutes to walk to the forest.
What's your survival?
+4.
7.
I'll help you.
All right, so it takes you about a half hour.
She's not the wisest, but she has her means.
Takes you about a half hour's walk to the forest. And as to help with the search, you are going towards your water source, which is the river. Because the animals got to drink. So it's a good place to set up for searching for them.
Yep.
So, you're walking along the river's edge. I will need a survival check.
It is 8 advantage, I don't know.
Yes, since he's
Oh,
aiding you,
oh.
yes.
Yeah.
Or his character is aiding you, I should say.
23.
23. Whew. Okay. You're doing great. So,
Time.
you not only come upon an elk, but you come upon a freshly killed elk. Killed by what, you ask? A very, very large grizzly bear.
There's a grizzly bear nearby.
Yeah, the grizzly bear is currently devouring part of its catch.
Well, 2 for 1. Should we go for that, or should we wait for it to finish and kill the bear instead?
Thinking like, it's currently eating the elk. There's another elk, but if we take down the bear, we could be. I say we take the bear on.
There
Even
we
if we were to kill the elk, it would catch its attention. I mean, fresh meat.
Either way, so you would like to take on a bear?
Yep.
Alright. Drag
I'll
out
try
some
to
tokens.
Try to sneakily approach and try to get a jump on it. If it's distracted.
Alright.
I placed mine.
Let me look.
Huh. Why can't I see your character anywhere in the list?
Should be able to.
I don't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it. Do you need to help him? Is there something wrong with his roll 20?
No, just, I can't see it. I was already curious, like, where is it?
Oh,
yeah, I can't see your. I can't see.
I didn't give you permission to see it. That's why.
Mm.
That's all.
The only we can see it's together.
Like, I can see his, he can see mine. Like, seen, that's the only thing.
Like see it on the map, but I don't see on the side.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
It's just that I didn't get permissions because I was going quick.
Understandable.
Pull around with permission.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, super quick. I named the picture of this bear Bear Boy.
Yeah, boy. He's a big boy.
He soon will be a dead boy.
Oh boy, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's not quite that big. He's not quite that big.
It's a huge chunker.
But he is this big.
That's a bear, so it's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just put a circle here. This is the elk corpse. And just to help you with orientation and everything. Wait, this is a circle. Go away. Undo. I wanted a square. The river is right there. So you guys were just sort of nonchalantly walking along the river, seeing if you could find anything. And
Stay like a bit behind, but then try to be a bit sneaky if I could.
okay. So you guys can put yourselves, as long as you're at least this far away, you're fine. So you can orient yourselves however you want to do.
Yeah,
I think we're rightly orientated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if
Well-
one of you wanted to be ahead or behind or whatever. As long as
Uh,
you're at
then-
least this far away, then you're fine.
Well, I will take the front, of course, because, frontliner. Roll initiative.
You can take a surprise round before that if you want.
If you get one.
Shoot it.
As long as you don't walk forward and not roll a stealth check that it doesn't overcome, then yeah, you don't get any closer without attacking you. In other words, you can try to sneak up to it. But if
I'll
it
try to
sees you,
sneak.
then initiative will start.
I'll try to sneak a bit closer.
I'll
I
keep
try to hint his character to like do the same.
Okay. Well, let's first roll a stealth then, I guess.
Okay.
Right?
If you,
Come on.
whomever wants to go closer needs to roll a stealth.
Yeah. I would like to be a little bit closer, but
15.
a 24.
Alright, the bear is going to try to look.
I'm a
See what
sneaky
see. See what see, bear. See what see. Oh, I need to. Just a second. See what see, bear.
I'm the rogue of the party.
Just a second.
Yeah, you have more than double. You've nearly double than what I have.
I have expertise in a +4 dex mod. I grabbed with like the bard's expertises were athletics and persuasion, and then the skill
Mhm.
expert one from one of the new feats was the stealth one. So,
Sure, I'll just use
and then I
this.
get 2 more at level 10.
Oh, its perception isn't that high. Let's see.
No. It just rolled a 17, seeing me immediately.
Oh no.
That's a bear.
You
Sarcasm.
begin to move
Sarcasm.
closer and it does not notice you.
Okay, how much further can they move up closer?
I would like to
How
be within
close would
30
you
feet.
like to get?
I would be within 30 feet, so
Just
I'd
tell
be
me how
like,
close you would like to be.
like 30 feet.
Yeah, it's exactly 30 feet right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
within 30 feet. Yeah, you guys get
You'll
within
chill
30.
back here.
You guys
Yeah.
get within 30 feet and it does not see you.
And then I will, if we get a surprise round, I will
Yeah.
take a shot with my crossbow.
Yep. you
And
can
I
get
will
us-
deal with
Yep.
I will deal with my longbow. Of course with a poisoned arrow, because easy more damage.
I'll just shoot with my crossbow. I assume advantage and surprise.
Yep.
Yep.
Advantage on the shot.
The poof. That's a 26 to hit. That's a long
Ooh.
sword.
Let me just say. Yeah, your bolt
Oh,
hits
long
it.
sword. Damn it.
That's a long
Still
sword.
still was a natural 20, damn it.
You waste a crit, man. Bolt hits it, so 10 damage. That would be good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Oh wait, that's not it didn't even add a point. God damn it, add a poison, damn it.
So 8.
Mhm.
18 damage is the
It's
total.
more. It's
What?
far,
That's
far
it.
more. I wasted a crit, damn it. 4, 8,
7 plus 8 then.
7 plus 8.
So
Oh, 7
7 plus
plus
8 is so 25 total.
Oh, okay. Let
Wink.
me just see here.
I'm not gonna use my psychic blades on it. So.
But my poison is free, because it's a natural ability.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but my psychic blades are not. They cost me bardic inspiration. But it does add a psychic damage, which is pretty handy.
Okay. So That bear is donezo, magunzo.
Goodbye, bear.
In one fell swoop. Yoink.
Up
It's just
immediately, rush.
it's just hitting its skull by 2 pieces of wood tipped with metal and dies.
Immediately run up to remove the poison arrow so that, you know, the meat doesn't get infected, well, poisoned. We don't want that. Oh no.
Well, either way, you have used your poison, and thus
Mhm.
you're not 100% sure if the meat has any effect from that, but it's happened. You've killed it. It's done.
Oh,
Cause,
I got hope.
'cause
Yeah.
you sometimes accidentally swallow your poison. It happens all the time, and you don't die. So
Mhm.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
You're
But yeah, I just, you know, I have rope to carry. Well, now we have a bear and an elk, so we can use rope to drag them with us.
okay, perfect. So you begin to drag the thing.
Mhm.
I will get you all to make number 1 a perception check, and number 2 a survival check.
And 7 and
Both
7 in both. Or
separate
is it?
or individual? How do you want to?
For the survival, you can team up. For the perception, it is individual.
Okay, so I'll aid him in the survival.
Okay, survival
That's 11 perception.
26. Perception 20.
Luckily, you don't get lost. But as you're on your way back, you hear
Owls.
and it's in the forest. You're just barely at the edge of the forest.
That's not good. That's bad.
Do we how much encounter have we had with monsters so before? We like recognize the sound or
You would have encountered at least a few monsters. Maybe
okay.
not a Witcher amount of monsters, but you would have
No,
encountered
we're not
monsters.
monster runners.
Yeah, you have encountered monsters before. Like
Hmm.
anywhere where a dead person is capable of attracting a ghoul and other undeads, things of that nature. There are some monsters that are just considered like wyverns. They're just considered beasts.
Um,
Um,
uh,
yeah, they're just
yeah,
considered the almost equivalent to beasts. They're just things that
yeah,
they reproduce, they eat and reproduce more. They're just look horrifying. Is
yeah.
is the issue?
Yeah, I would say common knowledge, like what beast that is, what sound that is. But yeah, that's also valid.
If you wish to know what sound that is, I'm going to need you to make either a religion or arcana or nature check.
I'll do
Uh,
nature because I'm good at that.
yeah, I'm. But how much plus do you have in that?
Up
Because
to
I'm.
5,
Yeah, I'm gonna help you.
if it's possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I'll let it go. Yeah.
So 10 on me and with advantage 15.
Okay.
One sec.
So
I gave her nature because she's a naiad, so like his natural knowledge is like common for her.
the answer that you get from this
Hmm.
is that you are familiar with noises that are made from almost everything in nature.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a quote unquote natural noise. This is a um, twist upon nature's intentions. That when things die, they stay dead. This is the sound of a ghoul.
Well, unless you wish to mess with some ghouls, I suggest we speed up.
And let's just say, unless your weapon is enchanted,
Minus.
won't hurt a ghoul.
Mm.
Just like with many other monsters, it's the reason why witchers carry silvered weapons, even the ones
Yeah.
that don't have like magical weapons of the sort.
Mm.
Silvered weapons are pretty much the only thing that hurts monsters effectively. You can still hurt them with, like, let's say you hit a ghoul with 100 arrows, it would still die, but
Mm-hmm.
it's probably a better use of your time to just find
Yeah.
a silvered weapon or an otherwise magical weapon. They're not immune to non-magical damage, but they are resistant to it. So you can hear the creature moving around.
Definitely ghouls.
It appears to have caught on to the scent of the dead elk nearby.
Mm.
Because although ghouls are former people, they are no longer capable of that level of intelligence. At least not regular ghouls.
Well, we can cut the rope on the elk and just keep dragging the bear because the bear's plenty big.
I mean, we could. That would make it simpler.
Mm-hmm.
Because the elk is slightly more rotted than the bear, so you're assuming that it's the elk if it's attracted to anything.
Yep, we dump the elk and take the bear with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you dump the elk, you get about 50, 60 feet away from it, and you see this human-like creature crawling along the ground, like something out of The Exorcist, or like out of The Ring, something like that. Just crawling along the ground at a relatively high speed for a human-like creature crawling on the ground. And it just like leaps like easily from a like almost flat down position on the ground, like 10 feet up into the air, and then collides with the elk with its face and just begins devouring it relatively quickly. So you may wish to move.
Yep. Athletics to well speed things up.
Roll.
Yeah.
Roll.
26.
Alright. You just sort of grab that bear carcass, put it on your shoulder, and just book. It's quite big for your body, but you've been training your strength, so you're almost leaving
I
Calypso.
don't use strength for bears. I use strength for drowning people. So.
Yeah, Calypso, you're almost being left in the dust even though you're running full speed. Just
Should I
with
be
how fast
offended or
he's
impressed?
moving.
I'll like stay like 20 feet behind him, like be like, should I be offended or impressed?
Fair enough, yeah.
Bit of
Even
both.
as you are just barely leaving the visual range of this ghoul, you can see that it is picking those bones clean. You can already see places where it was covered completely in flesh is now just licked clean to the bone as it continues devouring. And luckily you managed to get far enough away before it continues to want to eat something other than this elk. Luckily, creatures like that are easily manipulated. So, you manage to make it back to the village, which is on the way to where the passage is. So you had to pass through the village anyway. And probably a prudent thing to do would be to warn your village that there is a ghoul nearby, because even one ghoul can take out a village if unprepared for.
I tell some people if we go by.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do tell people.
Yeah.
And then also that it's perhaps smart to have, well, perhaps a few capable fighters with the people that are leaving so that they don't get massacred by the ghoul if they attack.
Yes. As I said, mostly people that weren't capable. Um,
Mm.
some of them are going to be accompanied by some of the elders, which are more capable than like the people who were leading your community are actually slightly capable at protecting themselves. So
Mm.
as long as it's a solitary ghoul, then it'll be no problem. If it's as ghouls act, they normally come in hordes. Um, if it's a horde, then they're going to be in trouble either way. But you guys might even be in trouble if that happens. But
Mm.
Yeah.
um, uh, but yeah, if as long as it's a solitary ghoul, then it should be fine. They are properly prepared because you warned them. In fact,
Mm.
they're sending somebody near the area where you told them where it was, and it is going to attempt to lure it into an area where it's more easily defeated. So, good job. So, just saying that these are the things that you will need to think about in the future if we continue this. So,
Mm.
you start heading towards the pass, and you can see. We'll skip to that, so it's like an hour later. You manage to reach the mountain pass. It's a very steep. There's like the way the mountain is formed is there's two cliffs on either side of this pass, almost as if maybe in ancient times they dug this out, but there's no like symbology or like building materials or anything left behind. Just looks like a natural formation, but it could have been in ancient times because
Mm.
erosion and those sorts of things happen over time. Um, so any traces that may have been left may be gone now. But it is like two sheer cliffs on either side. Uh, the cliff that they're talking about that has the rock on it goes up about 50 feet, and the only way that you can get to it, which is why they have it on this side of the pass, which is closest to the village, is from your village's side. You have to climb a slightly steep hill to get up to it, but you can get up to it from this side, whereas the other side, it's a sheer cliff on the other side. So then they
Mm.
can't get up. At least not without immense effort.
Mhm.
So, you guys climb up the hill. And you can see down in the actual passage about 100 feet into the passage, you can see the group. They are currently, uh, they're even like they're desperate for time, so they're like using like rabbit snares. They're using bear traps, and they're concealing them with like various foliage that is in the nearby area.
Mm.
Um, Yeah, even if it catches a soldier's foot for a second before it snaps off, like that'll, in a fight, that could be valuable seconds that they could use to get the upper hand.
Yeah.
So they're using everything that they have. And you can see that they are working on digging one trench because they doubt they'll have time for anything else, any other trenches. That goes from one
Mhm.
side of the passage to the other. Uh,
Mm.
like this way across the passage.
Yeah.
And they are working on constructing a single, at least at the moment, a single barricade made of like those sharpened um wooden things
Logs.
that are in the V things. They're like
Mm-hmm.
held up. Yeah, that's what they're
Yeah.
making. They're making a single line of these wooden barricades to try to prevent passage. Though if as many people are showing up as they think, it's probably not going to stop them for long, but it's better than just having an open passage. So they are creating them anyway.
And then we come back, and my character is literally stomping in with the bloody bear on his shoulder.
Yeah,
Cash is strolling behind him.
and it's a decent sized bear. Like it's not like a juvenile. It's a decently aged bear. Like probably at least 2 or 3 years old, at the very least. So it's been around for a while. This bear. So
Mm.
you just sort of, what are you doing with it? Because they aren't up there. They're currently preparing the other defenses. They're not even 100%, like, they're not even aware that you have arrived yet. They're down at the bottom of the chasm preparing the traps, whereas you are on the top because you were going to put the bait next to the rock.
Well, that's what we do. Put it by the rock so that the wyvern will push the rock out of the way in the direction we want it to be pushed.
Alright,
Mm.
I'm just gonna roll a thing.
He's rolling the thing.
Nope,
Oh,
they
we
don't
do.
notice you. They do not notice you. I rolled a total of 5. So, no, they don't notice you. They appear to
Alright.
be too busy with whatever it is they're working on. And that's a natural 1, by the way, for that
Oof.
individual who was rolling. So, yeah, they don't notice you. They're too focused on their work.
So I asked, goddamn right, do a
Calypso.
the calypso. There we go. Oh, I'm the farm. I can go tell them that we got the bear and come back with some people to help us with, setting it up. Since I could easily spot their traps. Yes, I'm saying that I could use my perception to spot traps and then go over to them to get, them to help us out with putting the bait up by the rock.
Okay.
No, seems fair.
Mm.
So would you like to go down the cliffside now and help them?
Oh, they
Or
asked us to
tell
put
them?
the
Or are you just gonna
yeah.
shout down? That's fine too. They can hear you
Uh,
if you shout down.
oh, if that's all needed, then I'd shout down.
Okay. What do you say to them?
Well, first, like, hi, down. I can't yell because people are sleeping
That's
upstairs.
fair. That's fair. We're assuming that your character yells. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. So, like, hey, we got the bait. It's a big bear.
Alright, as you yell, um 3 elven individuals turn around and knock arrows in your direction. They don't shoot them, but they're knocking arrows and pointing them in your direction.
It's
Okay, what were you gonna say?
it's already dead. Relax.
Yes,
They
us, you bloody fools.
they unknock their arrows and start replacing them, and the dwarf comes from inside the trench that he was helping dig, and he goes, "Ah, there you are. Don't worry about them. They just thought you were a Nilfgaard scout."
Right.
All right, so
Of course, we would yell to you if you were an Nilfgaardian scout. We aren't fucking idiots.
Indeed. Either way.
he shrugs.
Mm.
I didn't say I brought the brightest bunch. I said I brought the strongest bunch.
Yeah, lack of with this muscle, a lot of muscle. Sometimes the brain doesn't comprehend.
Yeah.
So, and they you can see that they slightly take offense to that, but they continue what
I
it
don't give a
was
shit.
they were doing before. So,
Same.
My character's a bitch. That's just how she is.
well, yeah,
Same.
that's fine. He brought it on. To be fair, he
Mm.
did say that
Yeah,
they
he
weren't
brought it
the
on.
smartest. So,
She's nice when she needs to, but she's usually a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
so he shouts up, "Oh, I see you brought us a big one. We do have a plan. Hand me those ropes." And he motions to a guy to hand him some ropes. And he makes his way. He has to walk approximately like 60 feet back and then climb up the hill to get to you guys. And then he brings the ropes and he begins lashing the arms and legs, or the forepaws, as it were, of the bear to the rock and just sort of like
Mhm.
splaying it out on
Yeah.
the rock. And he goes, "There, that should do that. When the wyvern shows up, perhaps it will leap towards the rock to grab the bear and push the rock."
Perhaps.
That is what we are hoping, yes. However, first we need to have some brave individuals draw its attention towards this area. So, are
And
you
with
those
brave
brave ones?
individuals, as I was expecting it already.
He's genuinely asking if you are brave individuals that wish to do this.
Yes, we are, because we are trying to defend our home.
All right. You get the most easiest way would be to go to their nest. However, that is also the easiest way to have one pissed
Die.
off at you. So, if you wish to find one that is hunting or prowling, good luck. And he starts walking away. He has no tips for you.
Okay, I'll draw them
He's
later.
not a quest giver who tells you how to complete the quest. He is just a dude who wants to protect his homeland.
Well, we can perhaps lure it with some of our, well, food down the path, and then if it catches the smell of the dead bear, then it will go for the bear, but we don't. Hmm.
He yells back because he did hear you say that. Wyverns prefer live targets, but if it sees our bear, hopefully it will go for it. As he continues walking away.
Yeah, I'm just like thinking like, how long if we bring it too early, then the boulder will be activated too early.
Oh, so you are a devious one, he yells as he is now in the cavernous uh in the cavernous path. He's just walking down the path and he can hear you.
Mm.
If you wish to activate the boulder upon your enemy, that is a very different question. We were just hoping to block their path and prevent them from passing for a while. If you wish to drop it on them, uh, that's going to take much more ingenuity than I have. So if you wish to do that, you can come up with that plan yourself. And he continues digging a trench.
They just alert me off the frontal thing and then shove the stone at them.
If the stone gets passed down through the valley, then the rock will roll through the valley, crushing everything in its path.
Let me just say, having a wyvern on a battlefield could help you, but it could also hinder you. So, just
Mm-hmm.
saying,
Ups
if
and
this is
downs as we do
if this
that.
is your plan, I'm going to be rolling for things, and your allies may be the target as well as your enemies. So,
Okay, yeah,
just saying. The
then yeah,
plan
we
was to hide from the wyvern, make it push the rock over, block the path, and then wait for the wyvern to leave. But if you want to bring it during the fight, then your guys are going to have to remain hidden for a little bit longer than they might like to before the enemy shows up.
yeah, we'll use to block it off. That seems like a better idea.
Yeah, not
Just
as
saying,
much as not
it's
complicated.
fine. You can do that, but there's a chance that the wild beast, which is a wyvern, might go, "Oh, look, tasty things that are closer than the armored things that are also tasty. Let's go for those things."
Mm.
There's a chance. But let's
Yeah,
just
we bring.
say that there's also a chance it may help you and defeat your enemy for you. But
Yeah, let's just not complicate things. That might help.
Yeah, let's bring it early. So we'll get it.
he goes, "All right, just yell the code phrase, "There's a wyvern coming," when you are approaching.
Uh,
You can tell he is
Uh,
not very subtle.
yeah, just lean to Calypso just like whisper. He's not the brightest.
no, I'm gonna. If we didn't need him, I would have drowned him 5 years ago.
You
Yeah, it
tried
seems
it
as
with
though
me.
the reason that your community is able to stay there is because Calypso didn't kill everyone. So,
Mhm.
Oh, it was tempting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I know, you tried with me, but then you discovered I could breathe in the water.
That
well,
was
Well,
it
hold my
seems as
annoying.
breath.
though
Well,
I'll
hold my
just
breath
say
for a very long time.
to give some context. Maybe some of the elders have given you assurances that it wasn't going to turn into a city, and therefore you were like, "Oh, okay. We don't mind a few extra people
Fine.
staying around."
But the people idiots, I will drown them.
I seem to be fighting for these people now to make this our new home.
Well, I'll just protect in my own home.
I mean,
To
you're
be fair,
me,
she
and
lives here too.
you're me, and we
Yeah,
haven't
you're
had to
like the
do
most
bad.
helpful of the fucking bunch.
Yeah, let's just say her kind, they tend to live around places because they gain a little bit of power from those places.
Mm.
So,
You're a power hungry bitch.
yeah, they're not. She's not just hanging around because it's a nice view or whatever. It's because
Mm.
this is where she was born and she gains extra little abilities because she lives around here.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
less squabbling, more getting things in place then.
So,
Yeah.
the bear is tied. The
Mhm.
others are working on finishing your traps.
Mhm.
Would you like to go to the wyvern nest, or would you like to try
Yes.
to find one near, like, relatively near the wyvern nest, but isn't in the wyvern nest? Because if you go
Yeah,
directly there, there are ups and downs.
relatively near.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
relatively.
Alright. You are aware of where the wyverns are coming from because you were told to avoid that place.
Yes.
Or
Mhm.
else die. So, yeah, you're aware of where
Or
they're nesting. They are
or else
nesting.
run very, 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 very fast.
Yeah, yes. The wyverns are nesting on a cliffside, which is near one of the mountain peaks that is near your like your camp or town or whatever. Um, whatever you want to call it,
Oh,
settlement. Sure, settlement
ruins
is the
that
word.
ruins that were turning into a little settlement.
Yes. So, as you're headed towards the wyvern nest, um, you can see the definite location where it is a wyvern nest. They tend to nest in caves, but around the exterior of this cave that you can see that the wyverns have brought various wooden objects, such
Mm.
as merchant carts that are just sort of sitting around the outside of their cave. Because
Yes, that
just
works.
like birds, they make nesting material, and it appears that they've chosen a very particular type of nesting material wood. And usually wood of people's stuff that they didn't want taken. So, um, yeah, you can see a couple merchant carts, like the wall of somebody's house that's made of wood, other various wooden objects. Um, yeah,
It just
so the
bloody.
human settlement that is on the other side of the mountain pass, where they are getting these
Uh,
materials from, probably isn't very happy about these wyverns, but,
Mhm.
mhm.
in fact, they were probably trying to contact a witcher to deal with that, but Nilfgaard got to them first. So,
Damn Wyvern
Damn, Nilf.
giving our location away.
so, um, yeah, the wyvern's nest is nearby. You can see, you are at quite a distance, but even at that distance, you can see, like, every once in a while, a wyvern pops its head out of the nest, and then goes back in.
Young ones. That's
Even some wyverns that appear to be quite a bit smaller than your regular wyvern. So,
yes, young ones.
and you can see one of the older ones reaches its head out whenever the smaller ones go out and just grabs it, pulls it inside.
Yeah, grabs by the scruff like, come here, you little.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
little rascal.
So, it's even quite cute if you watch it for long enough, but you know that these are mindless killing machines at times, so you don't want to go close to there.
Yeah.
They're just like Nifgardens.
So cute. So, I will need a survival check to see if you can locate a prowling wyvern.
I'll help you.
More, succes more.
What?
Just tell like my dad good luck for tomorrow, cause they should have gone to Italy on Friday.
Oh,
Guess what? Due to regulations, their government check that they were negative wasn't valid according to the flight company. Like the government check. Like
okay.
the fuck.
Just weird.
Yeah,
That's
But
just
yeah.
weird.
anyway, but anyway, you helping me again?
Yeah. I'm okay at survival, but you're better.
Ugh.
That's okay.
Yeah,
19.
it's above average.
Yeah.
Your first roll wasn't, but your second roll
Your
was.
first roll was pretty trash, but
Pretty trash indeed.
Um, yeah, so you do find what a witcher would call a trail. Um, you can see,
we get that red glow with like tracks leading.
unfortunately, you do not have witcher powers, so no.
Dang it. Should have been a witcher.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, what you see that is constituting your trail is a large amount of blood and then a cow's leg laying in the middle of the walkway that you guys are walking on.
Neat.
Neato.
And you can see blood drops that are headed in a very specific direction off the track.
Well, I guess we follow that.
That seems like the better. Yes.
Okay. Roll perception, both of you.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Let me just.
My
My favorite
average.
seat. 22.
Oh, you did better than Clips this time. Although
I
Clips is
did so
worse than
last
you.
time.
So,
I did.
My perception is okay.
I did also better than him last time.
yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, all the perception check is done better than me.
So,
I'm just expert at sneaking.
are you just going with New Sean as your name? Is that your name? New Sean?
Yes.
Okay,
Cause lazy.
sure. All right, New
He's
Sean.
no fun.
You hear.
Oh god. That's a
Very close
cow.
by.
That's a cow, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I have two. Lovely.
And since you rolled high enough, you and only you, because Calypso heard the cow noise, but you and only
Moo.
you hear, and then you hear, and then the sound ceases.
Immediately just grab Clips by the arm.
All right, Calypso, you are
And
grabbed.
I just put a finger to my own lips like, quiet now. Be very, very quiet now.
Just shrug and stay quiet.
All right. There is a hill between you and the creature from your sensing of hearing it.
I just
What would you like to do?
I just carefully try to peer over the hill to
All right.
see it.
You'll have to move. It's like 10 foot tall hill, so you just sort of grab on the side of the hill and you start to peek over. Would you like to stealthily do so or just look?
Stealthily, of course.
Okay, roll a stealth.
21.
All right, not bad. Not bad at all. However, we will see how well it sees.
Oh dear.
Because it is a creature. I'm way too far away from it. Give me a moment. Here we go. Alright. Oh, its perception isn't that bad. You have a decent chance of not being noticed. Yeah, you're not noticed. Alright. You peek over the hill, and you can see this fully grown wyvern is currently tearing out the throat of the cow, and it seems to be methodically, like, sitting, like, crouching over it in a very dragon-like way. It doesn't have front legs, it just has wings and two back legs. So it's just sort of crouching over it. And it's looking back and forth, probably looking for anything that's approaching. But it appears to be waiting for something. You're not entirely sure what.
I'm just gonna be carefully waiting, just keeping an eye on the area as well.
Okay. How long would you wish to wait? Because it is waiting for something, and it takes a specific amount of time, but how long would you like to wait to see if something happens?
Uh, how far will it be after 5 minutes with the carcass?
It'll be there longer than 5 minutes. I won't tell you specifically how long, because I assume you're going to wait 5 minutes, at least.
I mean, how far is the carcass gone? Like,
Oh, the cow?
yeah.
It's just like crouching over the carcass, so it's like got its wings over it, and it's just looking back and forth.
Guarding it, okay. I just carefully retreat from my sneaky speaking spot and just tell it, okay, it's now guarding his kill, so perhaps if we could distract it by making it think a little creature just moved and wasn't careful enough. I'm suggesting this to Calypse.
That could work.
So you
Okay.
want to try it? It's the next question.
I want to try it. I just asking, like, do you think we should try that?
He said that. Well, Olaf said that could work in character, so Calypse was
Mhm.
telling you that.
Okay, then.
Like a big brain. Well, unless you're good at making animal noises.
Oh no, let's just make it think like something saw and just decided to dash, but wasn't careful enough about it.
So basically, make a point, like break a stick or something. It sounds like we're running away.
I just grab a rock and just toss it towards, well, the direction. Well, if I were to aim it towards the way we came, it is according towards the ball, then it would fly over, which wouldn't be smart, I guess.
Obviously, to knock the rock over, you have to get it there somehow without
Well,
getting killed.
well, then we better start running quite fast then.
Okay.
Like count of 3.
Better one.
As you're about to start your countdown, I need you both to make a perception check.
Way.
10 and 20.
Ellipse.
Yeah.
You look in the opposite direction, like the direction that you guys came from, which is
Mhm.
close to the wyvern nest. You see
Mhm.
the shadow of something in the distance. Looks kind of wyvern-like, and it's
Okay,
headed
another
this
one
way.
is coming. Okay, another one is coming.
And let's. Okay, I think we should hide.
Yeah.
Because I was actually rolling for stuff in the background. I was actually rolling to see if it noticed you while you guys were talking, but it didn't. Because
That
it
we make
rolled
our.
a total of 8 and a total of 7. So it
So
did
yeah,
not notice you guys talking.
we're making ourselves scarce, as they say.
Yep.
Alright, where do you wish to go? Like, are you
Well,
going towards the guarding wyvern? Are you going, like, east or west or south? Or, like, what are you doing? Like, are you moving away? The mountain
we're
range
trying
is south of you, which is where the other one is coming from.
we're
The
trying to
other
lure.
wyvern is, because you're hiding on the other side of the hill, the opposite side of the hill from it. It's northwest of you currently.
Well, we're trying to lure a wyvern with us. So the one that's currently flying, we're trying to get that attention by intentionally running back. Question mark.
Is that what you're trying to do? I don't know if you brought this up with your ally.
Yeah, I'm just like. You think it's smart idea that we start running right now back towards the boulder, luring that shadow of a wyvern with after us?
Well, if one hasn't noticed us, that seems like the better idea. But we have to get his attention then.
Well, that's what I mean. If we just start in the open running, then we make a lot of noise and it will notice us. If not, it's quite blind and deaf.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. It's a very
Okay.
interesting decision you have made. Okay, let's do this. So you run
Let's
out into
go.
the open.
Mm.
Are you making extra noise or just running?
Running, and that's loud enough, I think. If it
Okay,
doesn't,
I was just asking.
Mm.
Because it may have affected something. But as soon as you start moving, you hear the wyvern that was doing its guarding thing growl. However, it doesn't move because it's currently guarding. As long as the thing doesn't get closer to it, then it doesn't care. It just growls lowly, and then you continue moving away so then it doesn't chase you. However, let me see. I will. Okay, so I rolled a thing. So
I swear to God, if it's that blind.
I mean,
It might be.
there was a chance that it wasn't paying attention, and you just went under its radar. But it did roll high enough to see. So, um, you guys are running.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that the head of the creature is now looking at you guys specifically, and no longer headed in the direction of where the other one was. And is now heading towards you. Let me see what its movement speed is. Oh, googly moogly.
Decent fly speed, I think.
I think it's faster than us.
Let's just say if it double moved, it could move a mile in less than a minute. If it
Yeah, I
double
think that's
moved.
like 50 base or something.
It has 80-foot fly speed. So, let me roll for its personality. Because
It could be a dick.
This is
Could be a
something.
dick.
Yeah, it could be. Because this is something that I'm trying to get into doing more, is rolling for things that I don't necessarily know.
They don't then like different creatures like would act differently on different scenarios and stuff.
Yeah. Matt rolls. He holds the most friendly wyvern in the world.
This wyvern just want a friend.
Let me just say if I rolled a specific number, that would have been the case, but no, I did not roll that number. In fact, I rolled almost the worst number that I could for you. So,
Almost. So you didn't roll that number.
I didn't roll the worst number. No. The worst number would result in it immediately trying to attack you. However, it is circling you in the skies above.
Mm.
I'm gonna need athletic rolls from both of you.
I'm okay at that.
And
I roll pretty good.
let me just say,
A-hole.
that predator creatures always look for the weakest.
Oh
Oh,
no.
yay.
So, it appears that Calypse is falling a little bit behind you, Nushan.
Does
I-
it? I want to do something if it tries to approach me.
It does
As a-
appear to be like now its head is directly pointed at you, Calypse, rather than both of you, because it sees that you're falling behind.
As soon as I notice her falling behind, I just grab her, pull her onto my back, and just keep on bolting.
Okay, if
Because,
you wish,
yay.
because the athletics was for running, so if you want to try to do that, it's another athletics. Just to be fair.
Yeah!
Alright, you do pull her onto your shoulders, however, you stumble slightly and start to fall behind on what your normal speed is. And as a result, the wyvern is going to take its opportunity. It is going to swoop.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on, what?
I can burn one of my very, very essential things that I had as a fighter. Action surge.
Sure, what do you want to try to do with that?
Well, usually in a combat I can use it to, take another action.
Sure,
So
you can take another action. So what would you like to do with that action?
another burst of speed.
Okay, you can use it to do another dash. That is a
Mm-hmm.
thing that is part of the mechanics.
Yes.
So it does swoop down, and since you suddenly speed up as soon as it approaches, its talons grab into the ground, and its first attempt to attack you has missed. There are going to be multiple of these before you reach your destination.
Oh
So,
God.
Lovely.
because of its personality, it's just about the worst personality. So,
If we reach the forest, I want to use the trees to make it harder to be catched.
okay, it's not near a forest. Unfortunately, you're near a mountain path.
God.
So, it's quite open. And the wyverns use this to their advantage. They have a high place
Mm-hmm.
that they can see quite far from. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's just common sense. This is where they would be. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so sorry, but that's the way it's got to be. But
Mm-hmm.
so it is going to try to attack you again. It flies up, but this time you are running normally, so you negated your fail thing. And Calypso is now on your shoulders. It's like an anime where there's like somebody on somebody's shoulders and they're like running away. um so
Yeah. And then they don't do a lot when they're on the shoulders. They're like, ah, yes, a free ride.
yes, exactly.
I hope Calypso is not doing that and actually trying, well, to
Yes,
keep our
both of you can
height
try to
safe.
do something, but Nushan, you just sort of jumped in on that other one, so that negated its first attack. So it is going to try to attack you again, obviously. So what would you guys like to do, if anything? Because if you do nothing, it'll just try to attack you, and we'll see if it hits. But if you do something, then potentially it may have a different result.
Two things.
So don't try to scare it off, but just try to make it miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I cast Message Mockery on it first,
Okay.
and then a bonus action Inspire Nushan.
Okay. Not a bad idea. So, vicious
Spire.
mockery. What do you tell the wyvern?
Basically, big how she just gives him a kiss on the cheek.
Okay. But how does she viciously mock the wyvern? What does she say?
He looks up to the
Wyvern.
wyvern and just says, thought the lizard were supposed to be fast.
Okay. That may do something to it. Do you have to
Oh,
roll
It's a
damage or
wisdom
anything to
save.
it?
It's a wisdom save.
What's my modifier for the
Your thing
inspire?
just rolled your name and that's it.
That's weird.
Yes. And the inspire, how much does it give? 1d.
D8.
A D8, not
Bingo.
bad.
Let me fix some
And that
stuff
adds
real
to
quick.
any roll that you are trying to make.
It's a DC 16
Mhm.
wisdom save, or take 2d4 psychic damage.
Okay.
And a disadvantage would be next attack.
Okay, a wisdom save, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, I will display my wisdom save to you. Poof! 12!
That fails. He has now takes 2d4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on the next attack.
That's actually really good in this situation.
So, did it come up this time? Yep.
Okay, so. Poof.
The thing was
I
acting
will
weird.
keep track just in case it takes enough damage to matter.
So
I
yeah, it
will
takes
keep
5
track.
damage.
And since it's a magic spell, it does take full damage. So it's and that's actually kind of fitting to the description that was on the wiki, because they actually do psychic based damage on the wiki. It says they can do mental attacks. So that's actually very fitting. So okay. And the creature does have a mind. It doesn't really understand what you said, but it it does seem slightly affected by it. Because I don't think vicious mockery, they have to understand it in order for it to hurt them.
I don't think so.
So
You just mentally injures them.
yeah, as long as they
You
have
just need to
mental
hear me.
capacity, then yeah, and if they can hear, yeah, that's true too.
You just need to hear me and don't need to understand me.
Yeah, because it's a psychic attack, so it needs to be able to be affected by psychic attacks. If it's immune to psychic damage, then that's would be when it doesn't affect it. Okay, so like a construct might be immune to psychic damage, depending on what it is. So, anyway, so yeah, I'll keep track of that damage. I doubt that you'll do enough damage that it'll matter, but you've done some damage.
We're not planning on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We're just trying to get it to follow us, so I just did something that would help.
I'm just telling you that I'm keeping track, just in case it matters.
Yeah.
So, like if if it tries to attack another creature and you try to kill it, then this damage will matter. But
Yep.
But if you don't try to do that, then it doesn't matter, right? Anyway, so sure, Nushan, if you want to try to do something, because as it is still on a collision course with both of you to try to hit you.
Well, all I can do currently is keep on running, keep on sprinting.
All right, you can roll in athletics.
Come on, XOT. Ooh, 28.
Yeah, that would be your maximum if it wasn't for you aiding yourself with a.
Yeah, there's a D8 since I'm level 5. So.
Yeah. So it's gonna try to keep up with you. Since you used your action surge last time, it automatically didn't work, but this time it's prepared for something like this to happen. So it does have a chance to counteract.
Yeah, then I get a very high speed burst, like, okay, he's going very fast.
Let me guess. Oh, here. It rolled a total of 21, which is what you got on your base, but then since you used your inspiration, you actually manage to continue running. Like, as soon as it's about to swipe at you. The magic of an inspiring song or an inspiring word from or an inspiring kiss in this case, from a bard.
She might say something at times, but she usually just like
Yep.
makes her blush a bit. Just see if it helps.
Yeah, and that little bit of motivation made you run just that much faster as it was about to attack, and its claws just barely miss you. Okay, it's gonna happen again. However, at this moment, you can see the cliff. You can see the cliff with the rock on it. You're running towards the cliff with the rock on it.
Yeah, we say the code for.
Did I freeze? Let me. Am I back?
You were
Yes.
always aired on my screen.
I was.
Yeah.
You two were frozen for me. I don't know if I was moving on your screen.
You're still alive. So you're fine.
I'm just moving for Matt to see if he.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
You two were frozen, and your sentence cut off mid-word, so I assumed that
oh,
I was disconnected. So.
well, I said the wyvern is coming, and it's pretty obvious that the wyvern is coming, so they
Yeah.
know what the fuck to do.
So do you? Your character says that to like out loud.
Yes.
Okay, got it. You can hear scurrying within the ravine there.
French.
Yeah, they're just like. You hear tools clattering to the ground. You hear feet running. They're not being subtle in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh shit, it's here! No!"
Oh, we
Okay.
did say we would bring it early.
Yeah, I know. They they were aware that you were going. They just weren't prepared in this second for it to be here. So they're just like, "Oh shit, go, go, go!" So they're getting ready to hide because they weren't sure how long it was going to take you to find this thing, and you found it relatively quickly. So they weren't prepared. Like if you took an extra 2 hours or 3 hours, they might have been like, yeah, by now they should be back. Let's just hide somewhere. But at this moment, no, they weren't. Um,
And now we're here, like, we're coming out of the way. Death is coming.
yep, just classic anime, like the dust cloud where your feet should be is happening.
Mm-hmm.
This is Naruto run all the way.
Or, in some cases, you just see them running, just the dust cloud behind them.
Why you running?
Why
Then
are
all
you
of a sudden,
running?
Why are you
yeah,
running?
wyvern, that's why.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, yeah. Do you guys want to do anything to try to stop the wyvern on this particular turn?
Uh, I've already been running it. Calypso hasn't done anything yet.
We just wanted to get to the rock, right?
Yeah, you guys wanted to get to the rock and somehow get it to attack the rock rather than you is the goal.
Okay, like, is it possible to, like, get in front of the rock, or is like that's impossible?
Let me just say that the only method that you can think of in this moment, unless you want to use your turn to roll a knowledge check instead of do something, the only
Uh,
method you can think of is to run to the end of the cliff and jump down 50 feet. And then maybe the wyvern will be like, "Oh, where did they go? Oh, a bear." Because if you go on
yeah.
the other side of the rock, the wyvern is going to collide with the rock and push the rock into you and make you get crushed by the rock, which might not be your plan.
No.
Didn't
So,
think so.
Didn't you have slow?
I do, yeah.
I mean, there's there's not going to be a much better time to use a spell that will help you other than now.
I'll
I mean,
just
if-
like give like a slight sigh, knowing this is one of my more powerful spells.
Yeah,
Just-
but if you let me explain why you can use slow right now. If it's slowed, it
I
sees
know,
that we're too fast for it, and he sees a stationary object like, ooh, bear's not moving. It's strapped to rock and ball. Yes, that's very easy food.
Actually, even if it's slowed, its movement speed is higher than yours.
If we're not dashing, yes.
Yes.
No, even if you are dashing. Because its movement
What?
is 80. So what's half of 80?
Yeah, because if
40.
he uses his whole turn after slowed to dash, his is 80. Then he
Yeah.
uses his whole turn and
Oh,
can't
yes,
attack.
yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes,
So.
then it would have to dash to move. I hear you.
Yeah.
That
So
could work.
if
that
we're
could work.
dashing and he is attacking and moving, we're actually faster than him.
Yes,
Yeah.
so if
If he
he
slows.
tried to attack, he wouldn't be able to. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be able to tell this being a magic caster and casting slow on things. Like, this thing is moving at this speed. If we continue moving at the speed that we're going, yeah, you would know that. So,
Yeah.
that is actually my bad.
So yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll just chat the Elder Speech invocation to cast slow on it, so it's a Wisdom save.
Alright, you just say, slow down in Elder Speech.
Slow down, motherfucker.
Sure, why not? That too. Oh, it's a 40-foot cube. Wow.
Yep.
But luckily,
I'll try to focus the whole thing on it, but I can choose the target anyway. So.
Yeah. Yep. So, it needs to make a what?
Wisdom save.
Come
Wisdom
on,
save.
Phil.
Wisdom
Come
save.
on, Phil. Come on, Phil. Come on, Phil. Come on, the rules.
9.
Yep. That's fail. I'll
It's
remove that
wiser
fruit
than it
levels.
is intelligent, that's for sure.
Hmm?
So,
That's good for Ed.
you can still tell that it is flying, like it's flying at a high speed, but it's not flying at as high of a speed as it was before. Even though it's now like looking, it's not moving as fast, so it starts flapping its wings to try to go faster, but it's still not going as fast as it was before.
Yeah, it's like, this fast pace out moving me. Ooh, is that a bear that is not moving just for me?
Let me just say that prevents it from attacking this turn, but with the mechanics of D&D, it can dash and then be in position to attack next turn. So,
Yeah, but then
next
we'll be
turn it's
out
going to try
of
to attack you.
position.
It's going to try to attack you next turn. That's just the reality of it.
But
But
it only
no.
has an action or a bonus action now. So.
Yeah, the problem is we'll be out of position by that time.
well, what I'm saying is it double moves to get ahead of you, and then it continues to move to get to where you are, so that way it can attack you once more. So it's a beast, but it still knows that if it's not in front of the thing that it's trying to catch, and it's going faster than it, then it's not going to be able to catch it. So it's going to double move, which prevents it from attacking you this turn, which puts it in front of you, and then it's going to be in your way as you're trying to run past it. So it's going to try to attack you.
It needs 3 turns to do that.
Unfortunately, no, it doesn't, because it was trying to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was within range to hit you, but since you slowed it, its movement was slowed and it couldn't get to you. So then it double moved, which puts it past you. You see?
Yeah, but then I dash, then we're equal.
Yeah, then you dash, and then it's going to try to attack you as you go past it.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
That's not a reaction though.
Yeah, it's not trying to use a reaction. It's going to use its movement on its turn to catch back up to you and then attack. Because it's moving past you, and then you're moving past it again, and then it's moving up to you to attack you with its movement. So, that's what it's going to do. So it flies in front of you. It is moving slower than it normally would. but it is
Yep.
getting in position to attack you. So there needs to be a thing that you try to do in order to not get attacked. You can either try to run past it, or you can change direction and move somewhere else. It's up to you.
I guess I got a very nice bit of inspiration again at the end of the turn.
That's a bonus action. I would give you another if I knew I would need it. So
Yeah. We're trying to, well, get out of sight now. So
Because
what
it
would
is
be
moving
best?
slower and it is getting into position. If you suddenly weren't there, it might get confused.
We're trying to move out of sight. You said there was a cliff.
Yeah, so if you
Uh,
go to your left, because to your right is the mountain cliff that goes up higher than the cliff that you're on.
Mhm.
But if you go to your left, you can jump off a slightly smaller jump, 30 feet rather than 50 feet, which is at the end where the rock is. Because it's a
uh,
slope up to where the rock is.
if only I could just, if only we could just immediately just dunk ourselves into the river.
Unfortunately, the river isn't here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna take the brunt of the 30 feet drop.
Alright.
50 actually.
No, 30 to the left, if he's going to
Okay.
the left.
Okay.
Because he's choosing to not engage with the beast that is trying to anticipate his movements. He's going to change his
Mhm.
movements. Because the beast is not that smart. It's smart enough to
Yep.
know that if it's moving at a certain speed and it's not going to catch up, it's smart enough to realize that, but it's not smart enough to realize, oh, it might take a different move in a different direction.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna take the all of the damage from the fall damage.
All right. So fall damage, and you're attempting to break Calypso's fall.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do I need to still roll anything specific for that?
No. It's gonna be Calypso that's gonna have to roll something for that to brace
Oh, love.
impact.
Well, kind of. I'm aiding if I'm trying to prevent all your damage. Am I not? I don't know. I'm guessing.
You take a total of 10 damage.
That's not that bad.
Alright, Calypso, I'm gonna need you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, it's as good as that is athletics. That's a natural 20.
So here's what happens. Um, uh, let me get everybody's names here. Nushan, as you're falling, Calypso actually dexterously wrenches herself out of your grip and stands on your shoulders, and just as you're about to hit the ground, jumps off you and doesn't take any fall damage.
Neat.
However, yeah,
Mhm.
you take 10 damage.
I don't mind.
He can take it.
I could
He
take
got
it.
the constitution.
Mhm.
Yeah, you did a midair acrobatic thing where you actually slowed your momentum by jumping off of the object that was moving at the same speed as you. So,
It worked.
so, yeah, you guys are both at the bottom of the cliff.
Mhm.
The creature seems momentarily confused, but it is searching for you. So, what would you like to do?
Hide.
Hide.
Great. So, stealth from both of you.
You still have your inspiration if you need it. I rolled bad on my end.
Same.
Let me just say
17.
that he rolled worse, but with that plus, he pushed it up to be better.
Yeah, I can't inspire myself. So,
So it's a 16 total.
it's a 50 total. It's a 17 on you.
Well, together it's a 16.
Yeah.
Well, let's just see if the creature notices. It rolled a total of 12. So it gets confused, and you can see that it's moving slower than it should.
Can it drop the slow?
It's a concentration spell. So.
Yeah, so if it can, well. move quicker than notice
Like
the
you're
bear
at the bottom of
quicker.
the cliff and it's like glancing over the side of the cliff, but it doesn't look down far enough to see you. It just cuts its losses. And let's see if it's stupid enough to do. Whoops, I got out of the roll 20. That is not
Be
what
stupid.
I meant to do. Like I just was. Great.
I mean, the bear is pretty obvious. It is huge. It's strapped on to the
Yes, but I
boulder.
want to see if it does something stupid.
What do we need to put a neon light above it saying like free food?
Here, free
I
bear.
just want to see if it does something stupid.
Yeah.
To answer your question again.
It's
Oh,
a dumb
God.
creature. Just fair that they don't know exactly everything to do at that all times.
Yes, but I want to see if it does something that is
Yep.
not what we're talking about that is stupid.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Okay. I need to rejoin the game. So,
Wait, how late is it? Oh, buckets of time.
okay. So, it does the stupid thing, by the way.
Wonder what that is.
So you hear as it's being slowed down. So it calls out very slow motion like.
Oh no.
And then it leaps towards the rock, grabs onto the rock, not the bear exactly, but the rock itself. Tries to lift the rock, cannot succeed in lifting the rock, and falls down. The rock falls off the side of the cliff as well. Let's see how much damage it takes.
Oh no.
Everyone gets squished.
So it needs 5d6. It takes 23 damage as it falls.
Oh no.
It's still not bloodied yet, though. So
I know.
This is a beefy creature.
Mhm.
it gets hurt by that. Realizing that hurt, it actually pays attention to what it's trying to do and grabs the head of the bear instead of the rock itself. Tries to pull on the head of the bear. Let's see what happens, because it is tied to the rock. Oh, it's actually smart enough to realize that it is attached to the rock in some way, and it takes its mouth and just rips the ropes off, and then pulls the bear through the air and far away.
Okay, we give it a little before we move from our hiding spot.
Because, by the way, its roll to succeed on that, it got a total of 10 in intelligence to realize that it was attached to the rock. Because it has a -3 modifier, so.
Ouch.
So it
Well,
could have not easily not succeeded on that.
Yeah.
So,
But
and what
just
it rolled to, by the way, not succeed on realizing that the bear was attached to a rock was a total of 4. So
ouch.
yeah, so it was just like, ooh, food, and it just grabbed onto the rock. Luckily, it wasn't continuing to be stupid and try to lift the rock away. That would have been the worst case scenario. So it grabbed the bear. The bear is gone. What would you like to do? And the wyvern is gone. It like flew up the sheer cliff of the the mountain there and is beyond sight at this point.
Oh, we're gonna try and find the others.
All right, you can roll. I will roll for them to see how well they have hidden from you. But you guys can roll perception.
Yeah, I have no clue unless I'm getting help.
Let me just say that they rolled abnormally well for what they have.
I could help, and he's already rolled. So.
If you're doing perceptions, unfortunately, you can't help somebody see something. So, no, you don't see them.
The fuck are they? They can't have gotten that far.
Whisper, whisper, they got a 21. Whisper, whisper. A total of 21, by the way.
Mm.
Which is, for that large of
Oh,
a
it's
group of
the
people,
rock
is insane.
moved after you wanted or not?
Alright, as you guys wait a few minutes, they do eventually come out from within the trench that they were digging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you are.
It's gone, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
No, wait, where the ghost that he killed? Of course it's fucking gone.
Uh,
For a second, they almost believe you until you change tone, and then they're like, "Oh, he's just joking."
Ghosts can be deceiving. We might be that. You don't know. May I just haunt your dreams for eternity.
The lead dwarf just walks over and just barely touches you to make sure you're not a ghost.
Shouts he bites.
And he just looks over at you.
And I definitely bite.
he knows that.
I can bite. I just don't like that stuff.
AKA, you'll bite if you need to, you just don't want to.
I have a knife.
I could glaive.
I got a rapier too.
And I got the battle axe since everybody talking.
Okay, but yes, we
Yes.
got the border in place. So how we still have a small army to fight.
Yes, they will eventually move the boulder, but it will buy us time.
Well, if we can at least kill them while they try to move the boulder, that would help a lot.
Yes, if we got some strategic people on that cliff, as he points to where the boulder was resting before. And by the way, the boulder, it's not just like your average large rock. It's big enough to fit across the entire path, which is about between 10 and 20 feet across. So
It's a big rock.
yeah, it's a pretty big rock.
Mhm.
You are not surprised that the wyvern could not lift it initially.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, then we just get the elves, because they seem to be very accurate with their bows to hit things with. Let's hope that, well, they strike true.
Well, one of the elves approaches and says, "Well, let's just say that our training wasn't exactly mandatory. You know, stereotypical elves. Gotta learn how to
Hmm.
use a bow, young one."
So you're bloody useless.
They just don't react. They try to not react. They're visibly trying not to react to it.
If my character could just be in the background, he'd be like, "Oh."
You guys are not good at making friends. Luckily,
Oh, I'm
they're
not
part of.
making friends. I'm making I'm making sleeping buddies.
Luckily, they were already part of your village and knew that you were an asshole beforehand, so they were over.
Uh,
Because nymphs are, while they're uncommon, they're not like hated by everyone. So they accepted you as part of the village. So um,
they know she can be a bitch and they know she can be a sweetheart.
Yeah, she can be very spicy.
She can be a good mix of everything.
she can be spice or she can be sugar.
Yeah.
Depends on the
At,
mood.
at this point, she's spice.
Yeah,
Yeah, she feels
Because she
very
got hunted by a
spicy.
wyvern and almost died.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, the strong lizard man kept her safe.
No wonder she likes you so much.
Mm. But Adam's the only person she hasn't succeeded in drowning.
Because he can breathe, because he can hold his breath for a very long time.
It's true. Lizard folk can hold their breath longer than normal folk. So he had. He would have succeeded if he were a normal person in drowning you, but
Yeah.
yeah. Let's just say he had a longer period of time where he can
Yeah.
resist. So
It must have some archers and not only magic or cooks, whatever you're doing.
plus he has proven himself over the various times that he has protected you from
Hmm.
beasts and whatnot. So it's not like he's. It's not like you
She
just beat
she's a
him.
spice mix that has its perfect fit on different scenarios.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that even though he's not the most intelligent creature you have come across, he is definitely a useful creature to you.
Mhm.
Well, well, either way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what can the elves do then? That could be beneficial. Do we have any other, well, highly trained archers that could be shooting them down then?
The elf approaches and says, "Oh no, we can shoot, but we just got away from the human cities to get away from stereotypes." So in other words, they are
Come back.
good with bows. It's just that they didn't want you to stereotype them.
Well, we didn't. I didn't really have a choice, as you guys literally grabbed your arrows the moment I said we were back.
They do take that criticism to heart, and they are like, "Oh yeah, we forgot about that."
You know what you did.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, not actually hard to stereotype when you do play into it that hard.
they they sort of seem to agree with you, and now they you may have set them on a life's path where they start training with a different weapon.
Good.
Oh,
You're
usually,
achieved.
usually my kind just use very sharp sticks to poke, but I have a very sharp, very long blade on my stick.
Well, as you're aware, not all
I'm just
lizard
me.
folk just use sticks. Very often they will use various weapons, just like any other
Yeah.
human,
Clubs and swords and
humanoid,
stuff.
or
Mhm.
non-human, as they're referred to as in this universe.
Yeah, but yeah, the stereotype is pokey stick, I guess.
Fair enough. So, um, there are a variety of stereotypes with your kind. Um,
Yep.
such as your kind is thought to be very vicious and reckless, whereas actually they are very thoughtful and take their time to think of things and those sorts of things. Um,
Mhm.
because like lizards, they sit on rocks and sun themselves. They're very contemplative beings. So, yeah,
Yeah, question,
they can be thoughtful creatures. What were you gonna say?
question then. Is Calypso warm-blooded or not? I don't know.
She's a
Calypso
nymph,
is a
so
nymph.
And those
So
are...
they are kind of like other non-humans. Um, many other non-humans, I should say. Um,
Mm.
they do produce heat within themselves. It's just
Yeah.
that if they need to, if they're in cold waters, they can just turn off their heater and just become one with the water. So they can
Mm.
Mhm.
stop creating heat if they need to.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's annoying. For my character, like, yeah, you were so warm last night, and then you were gone.
Yeah, sometimes if she's in the water and you're looking for her, even your infravision doesn't help you because she becomes the same temperature as the water.
Yep.
Reason she's so good at stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of things. Yeah, so the rest of the group, the rest of the non-humans who are, and there's a couple of humans there helping them, but the rest of this group, they're going to start creating more ditches, more traps, because now they know they have time.
Yep.
I just suggest a few of them, because to make a tower on the hill where the dwarf said that, well, the one with ranged weapons could be very useful, because then they have more vision and more range.
They do prepare kind of like a hunting blind um,
Mhm.
type situation. It's made out of. They start. not to fall into stereotypes, but you do have a few that are also not dwarves, but also dwarves too. And they are good at mining, so they do like pull off a bit of stone from the side of the cliff and create a hunting blind that kind of blends in. But if you got close enough, you would be like, oh yeah, that's a structure made by people. But
Yeah.
it would kind of blend in at least from a distance.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
And I guess Calypso and Nuson at least earned their rest for now.
Yep. So you guys can take a long rest if you so wish.
Who's Sasha's resting?
I'll say out of characters or anything, you guys
Yeah.
have earned a long rest. You can take a long rest if you need.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to be able to get around that rock anytime soon. Because let's just say I'm going to roll some stuff in the background, and they're probably going to find out about that rock and not be able to get around it. So I'm going to roll to see how soon they get here, whether or not they get here in the night while you guys are resting, or the next day.
Yeah,
They're not going to be there for a little while.
Yeah, we're resting up, prepare, and after we wake up, prepare the weapons, armor, and all that to be ready to strike.
Alright, everybody is prepared. So, the next thing is going to be.
Give me a second, just back.
So you guys are awake.
Hold on. Give Olaf a sec. He asked just for that.
People starting to fucking go into one of my Discord servers and just fucking spam. Manhammer has spoken. Goodbye.
Poof. So, yeah, so the next day, about mid-afternoon, you guys are on watch. And some of the scouts are on watch as well. But, like, the people who are in the hunting blind-esque building thing. So, I'm going to get you guys to make a perception check. And I'm going to roll in the background for some stuff.
26.
I'm gonna roll perception.
23.
Alright. Okay. Okay. So I am going to use this. This here. As
Hold on, I'm not.
This. I'm going to use this as the cavern. Like the, not the cavern, the ravine thing.
Mm-hmm.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so, what I'm going to say is this portion here, that is the cliffside that you guys had the rock on top of over here. And it was up straight, and now that it's in the ravine, it's like crossways over here. And I'll put that there, may as well. I'll put it as a circle. See, there's the rock. And it was like on its end here on the cliff face. It was like on its end here on the cliff face, so that way it could fit on the cliff face. And then it was tipped over. And then they made sure to maneuver it in such a way that it actually blocked the passage. It's just that they would have had an extraordinarily hard time moving it on top. So, because I mean, when you can get 20 guys to move it, as opposed to like 2 guys up here to move it. Then it's a lot easier. So
Mm.
it's perfectly blocking this area too, so that like it goes way high up. So there's not like this little space that they could possibly get through. They would have
Yeah,
to break the rock in order to get through.
well, if they try that, then I'll be there like, oh, look, another guy, stab. Oh, look, another guy, stab.
So their hunting blind is up here, and there's 2 guys in it.
Mm.
So I suppose I should roll the thing. Yeah. Okay. So there, as is known with this particular group that is going to be facing you guys,
Mm.
there's a thing that happens that you don't notice.
Oh, even with a 26? Damn.
Let's just say they got a natural 20.
Damn.
So they critted their roll. So yeah,
Damn.
you don't notice.
Like I said, damn.
um so because you don't notice, another hour passes.
Well, the hunting blind does notice some. I don't know.
No, I rolled for that. They didn't notice it either.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, John, what's that weird sound I'm hearing? Oh, it must be my feet just tapping the floor.
Oh, I had a Mexican yesterday for lunch.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like digging. Yeah, definitely.
Oh no, it's not that. It's not that. That isn't the thing that's happening right now.
Gosh.
So, um, so an event is going to happen.
Fun.
So,
I'm probably asleep in some guy's room.
so
What?
these. Oh, I heard what he said.
I didn't. He's probably asleep. What?
I'm probably asleep in some guy's room. She's still a nymph.
Well, let's just say that you, at this very moment, were putting off those urges in order to
Yeah.
remain guard for your home,
Yeah.
which is higher priority right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna show you some other things that I forgot to put there.
Keep the horny in check for now.
So, this square here is a ditch.
Mm-hmm.
This square here is a ditch. And here and here are those spike barricades that I was describing before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just freehand. Boop, 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 boop. That's just to indicate spikes. So these ditches also have spikes in them, by the way. It's just that they're hidden by stuff that might not be noticeable to a guy who's charging forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're going full Viet Cong here. Got the spike
Mm-hmm.
pits. So,
Nasty.
yeah. So, and, this area here, this little thing here, it's not supposed to be a drawing of anything. Just FYI. It's just to indicate the spot that it's in. This has, like, little, like, rabbit traps and bear traps and stuff like that. Just sort of scattered about. So, you guys are standing here, and there's a larger group of dudes behind you. However, this is going to be fun. See how you guys react to this. Okay. Because something happened and something else is happening as a result. So, or perhaps not as a result. We will see. Some things are happening. So, okay. There we go. Let me get some images for this thing. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Okay, that's a little more appropriate to what I was looking for. Okay, here we go. Because let me just say I typed in minstrel. You don't want to just type in minstrel and look at Google image.
Nope.
Some very racist stuff. So, so I typed minstrel bard, and then I got what I was looking for. Okay. Okay, great. Doodly 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 doo. Okay, perfect. This is perfect.
I'll get a drink, but I'll still be able to hear you.
Okay, this time you're not going to take your headphones off.
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
he said.
because I don't need to charge this one.
Okay. So, file, 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 file. Oops. What just happened? My file went away.
Oh no.
Here we go. This'll work. Poof.
It's a Barty boy.
So, a dude who looks like this. He literally has a feather in his cap.
Mm-hmm.
Is coming down the road. Headed
There's
this
Jess.
direction.
It's a Jesk here.
No, it's not.
So Gerald
What?
isn't canon, okay.
No,
Oh,
he
what?
is, but that's not who this guy is.
He's going this way?
Yeah, he's heading towards you guys down the path.
So this way.
Yeah.
Just look at him and just tell him, you know,
And as you're
this
about
path.
to talk to him, you realize
Mhm.
that he has a caravan following behind him. Like a bunch of wooden caravans with people.
You know, there is an army coming this way, so we had to close this way off so that we, you know, don't get invaded.
He goes, "Oh, but good sir, perhaps I could persuade you to allow us to pass."
Right. You try and persuade the Big Boulder to move for you.
Oh, it appears as though we have a predicament here.
Indeed.
Well, then how are my merchants going to sell my wares?
By finding another way.
Oh, drat. That is going to take us weeks! Weeks, I tell you, weeks!
And we just had a few days. Days, I tell you, to prepare for this.
He goes, what a dreadful waste. Well, my good sirs, do you at least have lodging for us to stay at? I love that this has happened.
Well, unless you want to lodge in a soon-to-be war area, I say you're very welcome to search it. Because I doubt you want to be here today, because it will be war.
Well, even soldiers need supplies. As he motions to his caravan, which has other people on it. And by
Inside the
people,
ship.
I mean they appear to be indentured servants.
I'm gonna inside the
As in
shit out of this guy.
non-human indentured servants. Okay, you can you can insight him. Yeah.
There's something
That
smells
is
fishy.
exactly what this character is for. Go ahead.
Yeah, 16 is not gonna make it.
He looks fishy because like a random minstrel trying to sell goods, that's weird. But travelers probably use this route at some point, so it's not like a traveler is weird, but
Wait.
his garb is kind of weird for being a merchant.
I'll insight as well if
Okay,
I'm
go
awake.
ahead, go ahead.
Yes, you are.
Rolled a 18. I don't know if that's enough.
You look at him, you get the same information. He's dressed strangely and he has a lute for some reason. He looks like a minstrel, or maybe a bard, if you will. But he appears to be a salesman? There's something off about that part. But yeah, I mean, they could just be travelers trying to get to a different location to sell their goods. This is what merchants have done since time immemorial.
Calypso will approach the bard, or whatever the hell he is.
He's literally with us.
I'll just get up and like look at him. Just like, darling, what's your real intention? And she just strokes his cheek and casts charm person.
Okay. So what do I need to do for charm person?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
I have a lot of wisdom saves.
Glad to hear it.
I have a few non-wisdom saves. What?
Let's just say that this guy did not have a small bonus, but he rolled a small number.
Okay.
His total is 9, and he had a bonus of 7. So
Just my DC.
your DC is 9?
16.
Oh no!
Oh, I thought you rolled a 9 plus 7.
No, not a 9 plus 7. A 2
it was a 2 plus 7.
Okay. Oh.
So he goes,
he's charmed for an hour.
Yes. Yes. What was it you wanted to know? And
His
as this
true
happens,
intention.
one of the people on the one of the merchant things, one of the people on one of the merchant things draws a weapon. I need you to roll initiative.
Do it.
It wasn't anything hostile.
Yeah, but he said, "Oh yes, I would like to tell you everything I know." So they were like, "No, that's not gonna happen."
Okay. You have to click add my turn thing because I forgot to click my token.
Let me.
I rolled a 17.
Heaving King.
Heaving King.
Okay. Add turn for Bard. Bard has a decent initiative roll. He got a natural 20.
The bard? And he will help me, so.
Well, he's representing the enemy turn.
Oh, sad.
Well, let's just say he wasn't your ally until a couple of seconds ago, and he still isn't if he can break the charm.
Oh, he's just charmed for now until somebody does anything hostile to him.
To him specifically.
So,
until spell ends, until you or your companions do anything harmful to it, the charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance.
Yeah, he even seems like he's motioning for them to not attack, but they are ignoring his order. So, it seems as though the people who are attacking you are aware of abilities that can charm people. And are trying to not let that happen. So, he motions for them to stop, and he's going to answer your question that you had before they drew their weapon. So what was the question?
What's your real intention?
He goes, Well, what do spies do? His voice has completely changed.
Oh, a spy. I haven't slept with one in a while.
Alright, so, the others have drawn their weapons.
Hmm.
It's so hilarious what happened that you guys missed. He literally climbed the wall that was above this rock. And he got over here, and he met up
Mhm.
with people who were already in the region, these non-humans, and joined their caravan to try to get you guys to let your guard down so that way they could get through the passage.
Oh, Calypso never lets her guard
There's only one tiny problem now. They have two of us in front of them and a small platoon behind them.
Yes. They are aware of this, which is why they're like, oh, now we're revealed because he is talking when he's not supposed to. We are going to try to fight our way out.
Charm person comes so handy when you don't want to fight.
However, sometimes averting fights is impossible. So,
Sometimes, yeah.
so he puts his hand up to try to stop you guys, his men, but they don't stop. And they came prepared. Each caravan has 6 dudes in it, and there are 3 caravans. So most of those dudes, luckily, are being distracted by your other warriors. However, 1 caravan worth of dudes is going to try to attack you. So 6 dudes. Not even. Yes, I am. I'm going to make more minstrels.
Oh no.
So,
The
I just want to
minstrels.
say, this area, no bueno zone.
I'm gonna make more
Cause,
minstrels.
cause I can attack that whenever the fuck I want.
Because like she was like immediately suspicious as like a random bar just appeared. That seemed shady.
Yeah, I was also like, so you're just here to sell things. I just tried to tell him like, yeah, you just buzz off, go the other way.
I'm just giving you that much. This girl is not good.
Let me just
You
say
think
that
my
if
guy's good?
this bard would have had his way, they would have worked their way into your township and tried to kill everybody in their sleep. So that's not great.
Yep.
Oh
Because
no,
this
the
is
minstrels.
this is what Nilfgaard does.
Yep, they're just dicks.
No lives.
So, so since they're going first, boop, 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 and these 2 are going to attack from range.
I just stay back here. Pew, pew.
Oh
Why
wait.
wouldn't they?
Well, let me just read the pull our message because it can be a nastiest motherfucking thing.
Once they enter your range, you can smack them.
Well, you're reading.
Does it have to be
Yes.
does it have to be a reaction to smack them?
Yeah,
It's just an opportunity attack.
they basically can do an opportunity attack once they
Okay.
enter his
So
range
you
or
can
when they
attack
leave it
you can attack one of them.
before
Yep.
it comes within 10 feet.
Nope.
As he comes within 10 feet.
Yeah. Blank.
I think
Yeah,
that
that
hits.
That hits.
For a total of 17.
So as they approached, you sort of quickly drew the blade of your polearm, and then
Oh, my glaive.
yeah, well, it's kind of the same thing. It's similar enough for me to not make the distinction.
Mm. So yeah, one of them is being cut and poisoned. Well, not poison condition, just poison.
Yeah, dealt poison damage.
Lovely.
That dude takes 17 damage.
Yep.
Okay. So, he is bloodied. So which dude did you hit, by the way? They all have the same HP, but which dude did you hit?
I'm a nice lizard folk. This one.
All right.
I mean,
he
I
goes-
gotta help my. I
he
gotta
goes-
help my
Yeah.
friend with benefits.
He gets hit. However, he is undeterred. He strikes out at this lady, who is very charming, but make their boss talk, so not very good person to them. So
Too bad
they're
I-
going
too
to
bad I
attack.
I'm
don't-
sweetheart. What do you mean?
Too bad I don't have Sentinel. Then I could be like, what? You attack? Another stab for you.
That's also a reaction, though.
Oh,
Oh.
damn it.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
Yeah, it's a reaction to smack when they get attacked. It's a
That's
reaction.
why
Okay.
stacking things that are reaction don't necessarily help.
Yeah, because you only have one.
Well, at least did once attack already.
Yeah, at least you got an attack off already. That's more than a lot of feats get used. Would be used if you took them. So, yeah.
So we got a long rest, you said?
Yep.
I'm just adding my spell speak.
Yeah, because I rolled to see how long it would take them to arrive here, and yeah, it took them long enough that they weren't close enough to have to. Yeah, you know what I mean. So he is going to strike you with his dagger.
No.
Naturally, it's
Aw.
lucky.
Oh, fuck.
Ah. Good charm impersonation in the concentration spell. It just works for an hour.
It just works. Oh,
And like I
shit.
cast it once for free, so that's even better.
Mhm.
He deals you 11 damage
Rude.
because
Rude
he
indeed.
crit. To be fair,
Mm.
but
Rude.
That's a lot of HP.
it
So
is.
That's like,
rude.
yeah, that's rude.
To be fair, you also hit him in the face with a blade. So
That was
Mm.
me.
yeah, that was
I
you.
am not. I'm not
He's
even.
still mad at both of you equally
Aw.
for that. So this guy also has dagger.
I like
Who's gonna
daggers.
stab?
I miss.
This guy also has dagger.
They all have daggers.
13 to hit you.
Now he has his bent dagger.
So the dagger did not hit you, is the answer.
No.
His armor's thick.
This dude also has dagger. 14
Another
hit.
bent dagger.
Okay, so dagger not hit. These two, short bow. This guy here is aiming at you. So does 17 hit you?
Broken arrow.
Okay. This guy
You got
is
AC of
aiming,
18.
this guy is aiming at her.
Aw.
it,
7.
Misses.
with Matt, if it meets armor class, then it doesn't do any damage.
For you?
No, with your goals, it was like if you meet the AC, then it doesn't do any damage, right?
No, it's if it meets AC, then it hits.
Oh, yeah, it meets. Oh, fuck.
AC of 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1d4.
But 7 misses me.
1d4 plus 5.
Short bow is D6. But it wasn't.
No, they're just. It's
Ah,
just flavored attacks.
Ah, okay. Dagger.
I've been hit. But yeah,
They're-
that's that.
They're using ranged daggers basically, but I'm flavoring it as short bows.
Fine.
Okay, Calypse.
Let me
that wasn't-
see.
They don't
that wasn't
actually look
very
like.
nice.
They actually don't look like bards, by the way. They look like
No.
they look like ruffians, basically. It's just that when they were on the carts, they were pretending to be like slaves, basically.
Let me see what I can do. I have a door in front of me. That did hurt me.
No, really, they hurt
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
with a dagger.
So I'm gonna stab the guy that credit me.
It's a lot in front of
He's
you.
also partially hurt. Yeah, that just barely hits him. That's his armor class.
5 damage.
Pew! You hit him for 5.
Yeah.
That's exactly how much HP he had, so he is down.
Well, 22 total hit points. Okay.
No, I'll tell the charmed one. Would you mind staying in the back, dear? We need to talk later.
Yeah, he's standing like right here.
Yeah, I'm just telling him to go further back, basically.
Don't
If he
don't.
goes
That's just-
further back, he
As
will
far as he
step in
can
a
without
trap.
falling. As far as he can without falling.
Okay. Without falling? Well, then that's...
Without triggering a trap. Or
Okay,
falling.
so he's standing right here. That's as far back as he can go. Because
Yeah.
you guys were ready for an attack from the other side is the issue. So
Yeah.
you guys were standing almost as close as you could be to the traps.
Then I'll use my bonus action to bardic inspiration the lizard.
Yes.
I give him a wink.
Yeah, instead of a musical instrument, she's just beautiful. That's what's causing her to be able to have powers.
Yeah, she's like the classic, and I'll give it beautiful hair, just waves her hair back, and she's like, oh. She's just so damn charming, you feel inspired.
Your erection is so long that you feel inspired.
Ooh, that's tingle.
Either way, so that was your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm still in melee with the guys. So.
Yeah, moving back at this juncture might not be in your best interest.
Mm-hmm. I have melee weapons, so it's just not magical.
It's just that this guy is also in melee with you, so he might hit you, is the issue. You're basically giving him an extra attack if you move back.
Yeah.
There's traps here, so you can't move back far anyway.
Yeah.
I have an okay armor class, but my HP isn't the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna damage all the 3 guys in front of me. This guy. 13.
So you're
You can
hitting
use
all
your
3 of them?
Yeah, because I have 3 attacks.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
How do you have 3 attacks?
Mhm.
Two normally at level 5. Where do you get the third from?
Polearm Master.
Oh yeah, you get your bonus action attack with Polearm Master.
Oh, yeah.
That one's just a D4.
Okay, so you're
Yep.
hitting this guy.
Yep,
13
13.
misses. Unfortunately.
Okay. Then I have no choice than to go again. 20.
So you're swinging at the same guy?
Yep.
Okay. 20 hits him.
For a total of 22.
He is exactly down. But
Next.
your blade swings past him, and it hits him, and it's not necessarily the wound that puts him down into unconsciousness. You can see blackness seeping from the wound from the poison as he goes down.
Yep. And as you said, I can apply poison to my whole weapon, so the guy right in front of me.
You can.
Bonk.
Bada bing, bada bonk. 10.
What is that? I have a +8, but your other thing has +9.
Oh wait, I forgot
You
to
still get the magical bonus from
yeah,
it.
I forgot to add that to it. So that
That's okay.
is
It still hits.
11.
A 20 still hits.
Yeah, 11 damage.
Yeah, but he dealt
11
1 more damage.
Mhm.
Okay. Dude number 3 has 11 damage, which is exactly enough to make him bloody.
Yeah, then I'm gonna step right over here.
Okay, done.
Not done yet.
I'm saying that what you did is completed. Yes,
Yeah.
that has completed. Okay.
Here's my moment of I'm gonna do fuck it again.
Your action surge?
Yep.
So you get 2 more
You only get
attacks.
your 2 normal. You get 2 more. You don't get your bonus action.
Not my bonus action. I thought I also get my bonus
No,
action.
Action
surge is just
surge
your normal
gives you an extra action, not an extra
And
bonus.
Polar Master just you get a bonus action attack that uses your bonus action, and you only have 1 bonus action.
Okay, so
So you get 2 more attacks though. That's nice.
bada ping.
On this guy?
Yep.
Okay, he's
19.
down.
Then this
D10
guy.
poison damage. Damn, son.
Yeah, he's down. And bleeding. he's actually bleeding to death, whereas these 2 are not.
This guy.
Yep, this guy, He is hit with a 15, just barely, but it hits him.
That's a 21.
He is instantly bloodied and almost dead.
Yeah, this lizard folk just turned into a tornado of death.
I mean, you're working within the rules, so
Mhm.
good job.
Yeah, I wonder how much they're shitting their pants right now.
Let's just say that they're not unwavering. They are fanatical, but they do see when they are at an extreme disadvantage and may surrender. But
Mm-hmm.
it is their turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll to see how the battle is going with the other people, just out of curiosity. Your guys
Swear
are
if they.
doing. Your guys that have the upper. Your people have the upper hand right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
none of your people are dead yet. So that's good.
Nice.
Good.
Um. So this guy, he sees it as his one and only chance, because he is so weakened by your attack
Mm-hmm.
that he is fanatical enough to, at this point, like he sees that one attack did that. Yeah, he is fanatical enough to just go all out on you. So he is going to. Seems as
There.
though they underestimated you a little bit. This guy's going to attack twice this turn against you, which probably isn't going to hit you. Oh wait, 23 hits you.
Yeah.
Okay, so he stabs you with his dagger for 1d4 plus 5. Maximum damage
God
again.
damn it.
Yeah, he sees that he's about to die, and as his last ditch effort, he pings off your armor. But
Good tank. Take damage.
as you deflected his first strike with the dagger, you leave him an opening, and he just like guts right into a chink in your armor, and
Mm-hmm.
gets a really good strike in there.
And
However,
now
he
older
pulls
too.
back after the strike and is looking for an escape route. However, he doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
He's just instinctively looking for a way out of this, but he can't see any. Okay, this guy right here, he is going to. He's not going to move because he knows that getting closer to that swirling blade of death is not helpful for him. So,
Well, the swirling blade of death can reach him.
Should have made her a Valor Bard. Then I could have extra attack. Next
yeah,
level. Sadly.
he's going to short bow shoot.
No, no.
Pew! 10.
Misses.
Okay. This guy, he is going to pew at you, which misses.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's all they got.
Mm.
Calypse. You can see that this guy, in his desperation, actually unleashed an additional attack.
Throw a dagger at him.
Let's see what happens.
Aw.
That misses.
Miss.
In his desperation, and as he was looking for a way out, he sees the dagger flying towards him, and he just hits it with his own dagger out of the air.
Let me see if I have any bonus actions I can use. Cast Healing Word on Nusha.
Oh, thank you.
She's so beautiful, you feel better.
Question is by how much?
8. Almost natural.
That's nice.
She just blows you a kiss, and then you're suddenly
Yeah,
feeling
basically.
better. She is
That's so
literally
in character,
this
so-
character. This is what
Yeah.
character she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's all of those charms and beauty to help people.
So,
So yeah. So, my turn again, I guess.
Yeah, it's your turn. Yeah, unless
So,
Calypso wanted to do anything.
Nah, I
else.
don't have anything else.
so first glaive attack
Okay.
misses.
Yeah.
Second glaive attack hits
That hits for sure.
on this guy again. So that's a 19.
Okay. So this guy is undamaged. So he is still up.
Then
Just
hit
barely,
this
but he's
guy.
up.
Then hit this guy.
This guy?
Oh, come on. No.
Which guy? Oh, that guy there? Yeah.
Ah,
miss.
boy.
Yeah. So 13.
Yeah, that misses.
Let's just double check if it. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I can do that. Oh well. Next turn. Okay, next turn. And I should really go to bed right now. Just late.
Okay, I just want to finish the combat. So if you have a few minutes, that's all that's
I
gonna
don't. I don't.
be. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, Olaf knows what to do, right?
Smack things.
Smack things, kill things. But yeah, got to go, guys.
Cool.
See ya next time.
See ya.
I hope you're doing well soon, Olaf.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
Yeah.
Okay. So bards again.
Yep. The 3-1's live.
Yeah, this guy is way too fanatical, but I'm gonna roll for the other two. Okay. So these guys I'm gonna turn upside down because they surrendered.
Okay.
This guy he's in a blood rage right now. So he's gonna try to kill. That doesn't
Misses.
work.
That hits.
Okay. 1d4 plus 5. I didn't roll maximum this time, so he took 7 damage. I will
Yeah.
go onto his sheet and do that.
Don't have access.
Yeah, you don't have access to it, so I can do that. It says he has 56.
Yeah, it's pretty tanky.
Okay, so he is now at 49.
Wait, your rules right? So is the 2 first levels are max, right?
3 first levels.
3 first level, then I should have way more health. Because then it's 10, 20, 30 from that. So I basically took average, so that's 3 more on each. So I would have 49, not 43. If I do math right.
That's fine. Just adjust your maximum.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
adjust how much you would have left. Shouldn't be too
Yeah,
complicated.
I took 12 damage, did I? No, 11. I should have 1 more health.
Yeah, because that one dude, he was just like, "No, pretty lady."
She's too pretty. Kill us.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if people would do that in this world.
Nope.
Because of things like
Ne-
the vampires.
Never trust a pretty face.
Yeah.
And succubuses and all that.
Yeah.
They all look like damn beautiful women, but then they get the jump on you and you die.
That's how they get the jump on you.
Mm.
They disarm you with their looks.
Mm.
That's like half of monsters in mythology.
Yeah.
To be honest. Okay, it is your turn though. There's this dude who appears to be so fervent on attacking you. Oh, I forgot to roll for the other people. Two of your dudes are heavily injured, but the battle is still on your guys' side.
Okay. I'll move over to the blood raged guy.
Okay.
If he's afraid to pick up my dagger, I'll pick up my dagger, but I'll stab him with my rapier. And miss. I'm disappointed.
Okay. So Sure.
Hmm.
I will.
Smack things.
He has a. Why does he have a longsword?
You probably took the two martial weapons, start things. You took a glaive and a longsword.
Okay, here's his glaive.
Yeah. And then you almost crit.
Okay, so that guy had 1 HP left. Literally.
Neat.
He was literally like deflecting and blocking a bunch of attacks with 1 HP.
Mhm.
1 HP makes all the difference.
Yup.
So,
Just because die said, hey, I'm gonna give you under 10 on every attack. Fuck you.
he's down.
Mhm.
And I'll say that you guys aid your other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give them advantage on this roll. Yeah, a couple more dudes go down and are injured. And then the fight ends, because I rolled a 20. A natural 20.
Nice.
So, 4 of your men are injured. Heavily injured.
Mm.
Yeah. Unless they receive some magical healing, or rest to heal up, they're gonna
Yeah.
be heavily injured and not of any use to you. So, now that it's the end of the fight, well, technically the end of the fight,
Mm-hmm.
you have 4 dudes, because 2 additional dudes surrendered due to that natural 20 earlier. So you have 4 dudes who have surrendered. What would you like to do with them? Knock them unconscious, send them to the grave. However, I will warn you, you are aware that death brings with it creatures that are attracted to it. So,
yeah, I'll just knock him out.
okay. And there are a bunch of people who are dying. Do you wish to try to, stabilize them?
If I have to use spells to fix them, I'll heal some of them.
No, I'm talking about the enemies that are down.
Uh,
Do you want to try to stabilize them?
I'll want to make them not dead at least. So I'm going to stabilize the enemy. So just all of them are unconscious, basically.
Okay. You have a couple of injured.
Mm.
Some of your dudes, and we'll get into this if we pick this up again.
Mm-hmm.
Some of your dudes, seeing that they faced just 18 dudes, and it harmed 4 of them out of 25,
Mm-hmm.
their morale is wavering. So we can deal with that next time.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I would like to deal with right now is what are you going to do with the enemy combatants? Do you want to send some of your dudes to take them back in? Because there are wagons here, so they could just, tie them up, put them in the wagons, and bring them somewhere. What would you like
Well,
to
I'm not
do?
going to kill them because they'll just turn to ghouls or shit. Or rot fiends or whatever the hell they're called. They're annoying.
Let's just
so
say that they may either turn into something, which is how ghouls and stuff like that are created, or they may just get eaten and attract ghouls or other creatures like that. So it might not be a good idea to kill them here, if kill them at all. So it's a hard choice. If you were in a major city, it might be okay to kill them, but yeah, there's not guards or anything that are going to prevent a ghoul from approaching you in the wilderness.
No, I'll tie up most of them. I'll basically interrogate the charmed guy.
Okay, I'll give you some information since you are the one who has the charm anyway. Do you want to round them all up and just sort of ship them back to the village for now?
For now, yes. I'll just tie them up and basically hold them prisoners. Or
because everybody who's left at the village at this point is going to be someone who is capable of defending themselves.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them would have started their journey away from the village.
So yeah, I'll just tie them up and have them prisoners, basically. Then I'll.
And if the word is to kill them later, they may just bring them to a place and then kill them so that way the ghouls don't come to your camp, basically.
Yeah.
So they'll just tie them up for now.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of your dudes will just go back and then come back when they can, is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that way you still have a 25 dude fighting force. And what they'll do, actually, I'll just take the liberty of saying this. Your heavily injured dudes are going to be brought back, and then some fresh dudes are going to come back on the wagons with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So you can interrogate this other guy.
Yep.
He's like, you were on the enemy side. You did what you had to do. So he's viewing you as a friend, basically. So he's like, yeah, you did what you had to do. He doesn't blame you. At least at this moment, until he regains sense.
So yeah. Like friends, between friends. Like, you just came here to spy and sick of the thing to find a way to kill us all? Or, like, what's up with that?
Well, we were coming to see if there was a fighting force on the other side. When I saw the rock, I climbed over and saw a fighting force on the other side.
Impressive.
Yeah, literally, he just climbed a sheer rock face using climbing tools, and then got to the other side of your guys' groups, like the whole fighting force. And then once he got to the other side and wasn't noticed, he just got rid of his climbing gear and dressed up as and got in character. That's what he did.
Yep.
So.
And like, I assume you're an Nilfgaard.
Oh, of course. Who else would I be with?
I don't know. So, who sent you?
Well, I have orders from the Emperor himself, of course.
What would Emperor Emir want with a little town like this?
It's not the town. It's the land. We
So
figured
what's
that
up with
nobody
this
would
land?
be here, but since we saw a fighting force on the other side, we figured the refugees, you know, gruesome balls.
Yeah.
Well, did you?
Nah.
He's charmed. It doesn't prevent him from talking. He's gonna ask you questions too.
We'll repeat the question again.
Basically, he mentioned that he thought that the refugees grew some balls, and then he asked, "Did you?" Because he thinks you're refugees. Who else would you be?
Well, some of us did do so, others did not.
Alright. Well, I'm sure the Emperor and his generals are happy to oblige your fight.
Maybe.
Let's
We
just
just
say
want to.
that with these numbers, you don't stand much of a chance, and I'm sure you know that.
Oh yeah, I definitely know that.
Well, you've won at least one battle, and that impresses this Nilfgaardian soldier.
So, yeah.
What do you plan to do with me and my cohorts? You don't have to answer. You're not charmed, he is.
Not much, really.
Well, if I do say so myself, if word spreads of your victories against us, that may put a hole in our, iron fist.
Well, they wouldn't do that against little old me, would you?
So if your plan is to take down the Empire, this is a good first step. Though, like I say, if you have this small of a fighting force, you don't have much of a chance.
Mm.
After their spies don't return,
They'll probably send more.
they'll probably send an actual fighting force.
Mm.
We were just meant to scout around, see if we could take advantage. Seems we miscalculated what was in your arsenal.
Yeah, never judge someone just by looking at them.
Well, if I get to live to see that day where I can put that lesson to use, perhaps I will think twice.
Mm.
He nods. So, again, what do you think you're gonna do with us? Mass slaughter?
No, you know what comes with death in these areas.
I've seen
I
the
assume you do at
battlefronts.
least.
I've seen the
Mhm.
battlefronts.
Mm-hmm.
Although usually the creatures wait until the fighting's over. Luckily or
Huh.
unluckily for the combatants.
But death seemed to attract them, so. And being that
True.
what I want, I wouldn't want that to happen.
Wise choice. Though, if you ask me, I wouldn't give us a chance to escape.
Oh no, I won't do that. I'm no fool.
Because we wouldn't offer you the same chance. Unless you had information, then we might give you
Oh,
a
I know
small
what you would do.
chance.
Oh, I know what you would do. So I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, it's a nice little setup you got here.
Mm.
Might take out a battalion or two, if you're lucky.
Mm.
But we've got a horde. Let me
Yeah,
just
we got
ask
some.
you, what's your plan for
Mm.
that?
We got some wyverns.
Trained wyverns. Never
Yeah.
heard of such a thing.
Oh no, we are very clever.
Oh, so you're just. Oh, I see. Yeah. Alright. Got any more questions for me? Because I assume
Nah.
that
Hmm?
whatever you did to me that's clouding my mind, just because he's smart enough to know that that's what you're doing,
Mm.
is going to wear off soon.
Maybe. Or maybe I didn't do anything. I'm just very charming to you.
I'm a little bit wiser than that.
Are you though?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Mm.
So, got any more quick questions? Because I have a feeling I might be in a different mood later today.
Not currently.
Alright. He just sort of waits.
Mm.
And I'll say that you have a half hour left on his time. And
Yeah.
next week, or whenever we decide to do this again,
Mm.
if we decide to do this again, you can ask him more questions.